Welcome to another episode of Musically Zone Talks Boxing. This episode comes to you by way of H.W. Wicks Handcrafted Candles. Their motto is relax and enjoy. We also come to you by way of the Block Fam, which started on Marlowe's Corner. And last but not least, we come to you by the Track Titans, who provides us with our tracks that we play throughout our videos. If you know anybody looking to pick up some hot tracks to do some music on, lay verses to, hit us up on Musically Zone Talks Boxing, and we'll connect you to the Track Titans. We also want to give a gratitude thanks to D-Lo 404 Boxing, Trey X, Eric R, Gil Coles, Rod X, Urge to Purge, Armin Brown 09, Dimps Design, Yasir from across the pond, my brother, Joseph Brown, and a host of others that has kept us going and supported us while we do our channel. Hip Hop number one. Also, Champ Ross, Fantasy League Boxing. If you think you can call the fights, check out Champ Ross's Fantasy League Boxing. They've been around for some years, so the longevity is there. You stand a chance to win prizes, cash prizes. First place, second place, and third. So if you think you got what it takes, this is not a gambling book. This is just a nice, friendly group of people going head to head to see if they can pick the fights. And with that being said, let's get started with the show. We're going to get into it about Abdullah Mason getting another stoppage. The youngster is making the right moves, and it's being talked about that he'll be getting ready to possibly fight for a belt that Keyshawn Davis has been stripped of. We're going to go through all that and unpack that tonight. I want to know what you guys think should happen, if anything, to Keyshawn Davis. And what your thoughts are about Abdullah Mason's performance.
Now what above him? Yes, he is my savior, keeps me in his favor. I give him all the glory, he guides my life story. To him I'm always grateful, and this is why I praise him, praise him, praise him. Say his name and raise him, praise him, praise him. Jesus, Son of God.
We coming a little unconventional tonight, but we just gonna go ahead and feel the groove and roll through it as we come. We just opening up the door to let you know. Try to do something different sometimes. Switch it up. Okay. I'm starting to wake up now. Well, we had another weekend of fights. I want to speak about Abdullah Macy, the upcoming young man passing the eye test. He seems to be growing with every fight. And I guess the most memorable thing I can say as of late, he got him another stoppage, trying to get him some rounds in, because it's being talked about now that he will be fighting possibly for the belt that Keyshawn Davis was stripped of. It's kind of crazy that Keyshawn tried to son old Mason. Talking about, trying to pressure the young man into talking about he gonna fight him next and everything like that. Now, I don't believe in any way, shape, form, or fashion that Mason fears Keyshawn. I think that's a fight that could be made. Like the young man kept saying, with my team, let me get with my team and talk about it. Keyshawn trying to push the issue. Like, you supposed to be the boss pretty much is what I'm gaining from you. You a boss, you supposed to be able to say what you want to do and make it happen. We should fight. Straight up. Keyshawn Davis forced to fight Ernesto Tito Macedo. Is that who he's supposed to be fighting next? Well, if that's the case, we're going to have to see what happens, because what he has done is really soiled his brand. I don't know how much it's going to boil over to his brothers, but this is pretty ugly. This was pretty ugly. Before I even go all in on Keyshawn, what's up, Hyphy? Welcome to the show. H Money came through and said, "What's happening? What's happening, H Money? Glad to see you slide through." As I was saying, I want to give Abdullah Mason, his props right now for going out there and handling his business, looking good against Nakathila. Just too much for Nakathila. Now, Nakathila did try to his best abilities, I believe, but the youngster was just too much for him. Stop worrying about Abdullah fighting my fighter. I ain't worried about him fighting Tito right now. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about that at all. I think Abdullah gonna stand up and do what he needs to do. The young man looks good to me, Hyphy. He looks good to me. He looks like he's absorbing the tutelage that's being laid out for him. And he seems to be a thinker in the boxing ring, instead of just one of those kind of guys that has to go to the corner, get words from their corner before they can start making adjustments. This young man seems like he can make adjustments on the fly, which is a good thing for him. His foot movement seems to be good. Defense seemed to be on point, really on point against Nakathila. The young man just was ready all the way around the board to me in that fight. And he handled his business. Got rid of the Nakathila. I think the fight stopped because Nakathila, if I'm remembering correctly, they stopped the fight. I can't remember if he was cut and they stopped the fight. I'm talking about Keyshawn. He needs to stop worrying about Abdullah. And okay, I feel you. Fight someone in his weight class, in his class 140. Ernesto, okay, I feel you on that. Well, he was sitting at 135. Apparently, he can't make 135 anymore. He's too big. They sitting at these weight classes, man. These boys are so big. They know they big. They sucking themselves down to these smaller weight classes. And the only thing I can think of now, because I'm starting to see it happen so fast, I'm going to just say, these boys, are y'all sucking yourselves down so y'all can think y'all can go out there and dominate the smaller guys? Because y'all, to me, are you not confident you can handle the guys at your size? That's my thing. Can you not handle the guys at your size? We're trying something different tonight. We're going to have the chat as part of the show. So if y'all type and put in, it's going to automatically pop up. I'll blow it up, when it's one of the chats that we're speaking about at the moment. But for the most part, you'll be able to see what you're typing and everything over in the right corner, right bottom corner, and you'll be able to see what everybody's talking about. He say, Edwin exposed Keyshawn. He said Keyshawn ran from him because he knew he was going to get knocked out. Edwin still wants to fade. Edwin and what they did, I think it was quite smart. They didn't fall for the okie doke like the Haneys did and go out there and take some money because somebody was overweight. Oh, man. Give me a second. Y'all give me a second. Give me a hot second. I'll be right back. I don't want to have y'all in with nothing playing. So let me give you something to roll with real quick while I go and talk to our brother. Y'all give me a second.
I tell them you can't get like me, yo man, ain't shit like me. Pack strong, hit like me, you broke, can't sit by me. Gang, gang, beside me, we ride till we D.I.E. Bang, bang, don't try me, that fire always be by me. You can't get like me, yo man, ain't shit like me. Pack strong, hit like me, you broke, can't sit by me. Gang, gang, beside me, we ride till we D.I.E. I'm gassed up, ignite me, my cash up, too lit, I be up. I'm a type of nigga that says shit straight, I never did hate, that's a...
We are back. We are back. We are back. My bad. He said Keyshawn ran. What I was saying is Edwin De Los Santos' team did the smart thing by pulling their fighter. No need to go in there and try to fight Keyshawn. He overweight by damn near 4 pounds. You know, he didn't look like he even cared. You know, he had to scale and bouncing around and showing out, you know, just, you know, unprofessional. He's the businessman. Isn't that his moniker? Keyshawn, the businessman Davis. But that wasn't so business-like. Actually, that was bad business, horrible business. And like I said, he actually tried to punk De Los Santos too, but to no prevail. Now, I know they're gonna say that he's outgrown the weight class, and that's why he couldn't make the weight and everything like that. I want to know, did he even really try to make the weight? Well, let's start with that. You know, Edwin De Los Santos, in my opinion, would have been a great outing for Keyshawn to go out and prove that he has what it takes. Right now, in my eyes, the only thing I see is, for lack of a better word, a thug mentality. In boxing, yeah, I understand that these are warriors and violence is their way of life in the ring. But what took place with DB3 was just, you know, that was just thugged out, thug city. First of all, the man that beat your brother is the same guy that gave you a hell of a fight when you fought him. Now, your brother takes what I call pretty much, in my opinion, the way he was getting knocked around in the ring. He was taking a pretty good shellacking. And the two younger brothers, they're going to run to the big brother's defense. Now, I know I've read where Keyshawn M said that they didn't try to jump nobody, and, you know, that apology and all that kind of crap that they put out. You know, I don't give a damn about that apology. This was a home stage setup for you and your brother to go out and give your hometown a show. And instead, you know, as it would happen on any given Sunday, Friday, Saturday, somebody can be beat. And it just so happens this Saturday, your brother was beaten. You guys go to the opposing dressing room, and media says that you guys tried to jump Albright. Now, listening to Albright, he said that, you know, he and Keyshawn got into a scuffle when they came in there. And he ended up getting headbutted by Keyshawn or what have you. That's how he ended up with the stitches on his eye. Straight broad stuff, if you ask me. Because they say that they didn't try to jump him. You know, okay, I'll say y'all didn't try to jump him, but somebody went in there and got physical with him. When the fight was over, he didn't have a cut. Actually, when the fight was over, it didn't look like nothing was wrong with him. Like he had a nice, good sparring session. But, you know, I want to see what the fans of Keyshawn Davis and the DB3 clan are going to say and how they're going to try to handle this. What I want to know is how do you guys feel? Should Keyshawn be punished? Should two of the Davis boys be punished? I can't say anything about the older brother. You know, nothing's been said about him being in that. I guess he wouldn't want to have another go with the old boy. It's seeing that he had just got touched all on in the ring. He said Keyshawn only fights people when he catches them off guard or he got numbers in his favor. He jumped Albright, but ducked his one-on-one fade. Good breakdown, Hyphy. I feel where you're going with that. I see where you're going with that, and I hear it clearly. Albright fought two Davis brothers, and he undefeated them. He whipping the whole family's ass. This is true. He moved up and beat a brother. He was at one other weight class, gave brother the blues. The blues. Could it be that Albright has the Davis boys number? He did seem to he just totally outworked the older brother. For real, man. Some of those clean punches he was landing and wobbling that boy, giving that boy the leg visits, driving him back. He just was all over Davis, and Davis had no answers for it. But if it comes down to it, I don't think boxing has any space, any room for such antics that the Davises, the Keyshawn and his brother, the younger brother. I don't think boxing has any room for that kind of stuff. Any antics like that. Just straight up fraud. That's cowardice. Can't take an ass whooping. And the crazy thing about it, Keyshawn didn't even get the ass whooping, his brother did. I've read what some fans was talking about. Let me see. My brothers had threw some stuff up in Discord to just show how these people are quick to say some crazy stuff. Now, if I believe correctly, I read somewhere where they were saying that Keyshawn has some mental problems, some going through some kind of mental issues. Now, let me say, first of all, people have mental problems and mental issues and mental despair. It's not something to joke about with. These are serious things that people have to live with and go through on an everyday event. Their life is just packed with events because of their mental instability. And it seems like lately it's turned into a phase where you do something stupid or say something stupid. The first thing people jump up and say is, I got mental problems. I have some mental issues and I got to go see a counselor and this and that. Well, since they're saying that, I'm going to say this. If it came out that he had mental problems or mental issues, mental health issues some time back, why didn't anybody try to get it fixed then? For you to come now and say, oh, we've been knowing he was having some problems, things, he's been off a long time and all this, and he's known that, his family known that, his baby's mom or wife, whoever she is, she knows that, the people that's dealing with him knows that, nobody tried to get him help. That's what y'all telling me. I don't know, I think it's behooving that these people, these stars, get all this money and they try to change their way of living. They move into nice houses, buy nice cars and clothes. They don't change or attempt to change their way of thinking. And in the long run, it seems to hurt them every time. Every time. I'm just going to be real. I'm not going to buy the mental illness thing for Keyshawn Davis. I'm just not going to do that for the simple reason, y'all spoke about it a minute ago from what people are saying. If that's the truth, you should have got it worked on. He's stood on TV and interviews and said that, I've changed my way of thinking. I got a baby now. Everything's different, yada, 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 yada. Then he turns around and pulls this after the Albright fight. That's, if you call that changing it up and getting better, well, shit, you got a long way to go. All my old heads look at Keyshawn and said, who raised you? I won't even hit him that hard like that. Troy Eisner, who fought on the undercard, was involved in the fight too. They all jumped him. Are you serious? So, most of the time when I'm going to go ahead and say, when Hyphy brings something to us, you can pretty much bet 9 times out of 10 when we being serious, he be pretty much on point with giving us the backstory and what might have happened, the background, little tidbits that most people don't know. But damn, that's weak. Man, I'm just like you making big money. People are knowing your name. You're getting the shine on you. The lights are starting to shine on you. They're getting a little brighter. And you do this. And all you're doing right now, as far as I'm concerned, is barking through the gate at Edwin De Los Santos, who you could have fought already, but you missed weight. And I think Edwin was ready. He was going to give you a good fight. I'm just, it's just, I'm at a loss for words because I've been thinking about it for the last couple of days, exactly how I wanted to come at it and what I wanted to say and things of this nature. But now that it comes right down to it, it's just sickening. There's nothing gracious that you can pull out of this. There's nothing you can say to make this look different or smell different. It's one of those in your face type things. If I was Edwin De Los Santos, if I was Mr. Albright and his team, I hit their pockets. Yeah, I know Albright was on the video in the interview and saying that he got to see him in the ring now. They got to take care of that with the gloves on. But that ain't, to me, that you should have hit his pockets. You should have hit his pockets. That'll teach him. Because, they say you want to teach a good lesson when people got money, hit their pockets and see what happens. I say you should hit Keyshawn pockets because that was just straight stupid. Was just pathetic on every sense of the word. Everything that this boy has been fighting for in one fell swoop could be flushed down the toilet. After this time goes, as time pushes on. It look like my internet tripping, y'all. Okay, it seems like we got something going here. Getting a little warm. So, like I said, I really would like to know what you guys think. What you think should happen to Keyshawn. I think a suspension should be deserving. As far as boxing goes, a suspension should be passed out. I'm talking about a real suspension. I'm not talking about something that'll hold out just as long as they're out before it's time for them to get in the ring. Let's say give him a real suspension. Teach his ass a lesson. I know it didn't turn out to be real bad, but it was bad enough. And we need to send a message that this will not be tolerated, cannot be tolerated, and shall not happen again. If it does, then, pass out even stronger suspension till you get to a point, 3 strikes you out like baseball. Really. All this talking Tank and you want to beat up Tank and you messing with Abdullah Mason, trying to call him out and talking crazy to Edwin De Los Santos, but yet you couldn't make weight. None of that means anything now because you didn't make weight and then y'all went in there and y'all did what y'all did in the other dude's locker room, in Albright's locker room. Now, you saying that y'all didn't do nothing, y'all didn't try to jump him, which, okay, I could take that as a true statement because when he described it, he said it was Keyshawn. Keyshawn grabbed him and was trying to strong arm him and stuff like that, and they got into a little tussle. Yeah, that part. So, yeah, okay, I believe y'all didn't try to jump him, but y'all went in there to start some shit. And that's exactly what happened. We got our brother D-Lo 404 boxing in the house. The voice of reason. Man that helps you think outside the box when it comes down to these situations. And D-Lo, if you got time, I would love to hear what you have to say about the situation with Keyshawn and his brothers and Mr. Albright. Keyshawn said his last opponent was racist. How come they didn't jump him? How come Tio ain't been jumped yet? But they quick to jump another black man. Ooh. And usually when Hyphy bring up the black, white, or any other color, I tend to lean back from it. But with this situation and the points that he just made, yes, they did say his last opponent was a racist because he sent him some watermelon and What was it else he sent? He sent him some watermelon or something to his room, which, from what I understand, come to find out, it was so-called T.O. and them playing the joke. But you're right, they didn't jump him. With everything T.O. been saying and clowning, you're right. They ain't made no move on him. If y'all showing that y'all supposed to be the ones that's going to make the moves, yeah, you're right. Why they didn't make the moves on those two guys? But a dude that did his job, a man that went out there, worked like you work, put the hours in the gym, eating and sleeping, boxing. He went out there and did his job, as far as I know, fair and square on an even playing field. And that's who y'all choose to jump or go after because your brother lost to him. D-Lo, welcome to the show, man. Well, once he get himself together, he can get off mute. We'll go ahead and
hey, can you hear me?
get the word. I can hear you now.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Man, I'm just, riffing on the situation that Keyshawn and his brothers caused after Albright's, big win.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I'm gonna cook on that for a minute with you, and I gotta hop off for a bit. I'm gonna try to come back though. I'm still gonna have you playing in the background. I got something to do.
I got you.
But
Let me say
man.
What's up, Trey X that fell into the chat. Salute to our brother. What's going on?
Salute. But yeah,
Big
man.
Bro in the house. Ernest Davis, aka Manny Draper, Texas Timbo, Maestro, my favorite producer of all. What's going on, big bro? Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, they filing in, ain't it?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, man, we talked about it.
You sounding a little back. You might want to go out real quick and come back in because you sound your yeah, there you go. You sounding a little distorted. Want to try to make sure we get you covered great. As I was saying earlier, I don't know if you guys are watching whatever you're watching the show on, but you should be able to see the chat on the side down in the right-hand corner, I believe, to keep everybody involved with the show. So you don't have to wait for us to put you up. I'll be putting up the big ones like I usually do, but you can see everybody talking and all that. Go ahead, bro. Let me hear what you're sounding like.
Hey, how my audio sound?
A lot better.
Okay. Now, what I was gonna say, man, we talked about that on Voice a good bit after it happened. But man, like, yeah, I think about like it is a guy supposed to go out there and not win a fight because he's scared he might get beat up after the fight if he win? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. And like,
it's insane
for Keyshawn to already have had, like, he already had to poop the bed. You know what I'm saying? So really, he needed to just be there and support his brother, supporting the event. You know what I'm saying? Be visible, but at the same time, just stay out the way. And then for that to, escalate to that, because I mean, regardless, man, if he didn't go in that man locker room to say congratulations, you know what I'm saying, he fought a good fight, man, you know what I'm saying, whatever. Or even if he went over there and say, man, you know what, I want to get my brother get back at 140, something like that I could kind of understand. But otherwise, if he ain't going there with good intention, like, he had no business even going in that man locker room in the first place. So wherever it went after that, that's on him. Because had he went on in his own locker room, none of that wouldn't happen.
Exactly. And I seen a little what you call it, the apology, and denial, the denial of them trying to jump. They dang, I can't even think of his name right now. And I just said it like 6 or 7 times. Albright. I just, like you said, if you hadn't took your ass over there, you wouldn't even have this situation to be facing. If you weren't going over there to congratulate the man, you wouldn't, you could have went and congratulated him. The only thing would have happened is he would have accepted it or rejected it. You turn your ass around and get up out of there.
Keep it moving. And like, to me, like, I look at it like this, man. With that whole situation, I haven't seen the apology yet, but I always say about anybody apologize for anything. If you're gonna apologize and then come behind it with a yeah, but, you know what I'm saying, you might as well keep the apology because it just sounds very, very disingenuous. So it's like, you're wrong, because it went to where it went to. If that wasn't your intention or whatever, you allowed it to go there. You the whole, basically like it's a hometown event. You the marquee guy, even though you didn't get to put on the show. You got to conduct yourself in a matter much better. You know what I'm saying, in a businessman like attitude or decorum. So
Right.
it just like to me, man, you can't excuse your way out of that situation. You know what I'm saying? If you want to say I messed up, I mean, like to me, that's all I want to hear. I want to hear a grown man say, I made a mistake. I took things too far. I owe this man an apology, and I want to do right going forward. I want to do right by him, do right by my fans, whatever the case. People who put on the event, who lost money, whatever. I need to redeem myself. I don't want to hear about no yeah buts. Like I said, I didn't hear the apology, so I don't know what he said. But just based off what you saying, it's like he's saying I apologize, and by the way, we didn't blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Well,
But
it was a written apology.
written,
It wasn't
okay,
even voiced. It was a
wow,
written apology. I can
wow,
I saw it on what was it, Twitter or something like that. Yeah,
yeah,
I feel you. Wow, because you apologizing through social media. If you
hey,
was gonna do
that
that, you stand up in front of a microphone.
that apology need to be just as loud as the disrespect. You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? That's the way I
Exactly.
always look at it. You know what I'm saying? If you disrespect me, if you want to do it publicly or whatever, you humiliate me, whatever you try to do, whether you're successful or not, I need your effort to make it right to be in the same manner. You don't write me no letter. Don't post nothing online. If you wherever the offense took place at, if you want to try to make it right, do it in the same manner, even if you can't do it in the exact same place.
Exactly. Oh, let me take a quick step out. We got a newcomer coming into the building. His name is 2 Cent Boxing, or her. Thank you and welcome to the show. Glad you can come through. And speaking of businessman, business, Keyshawn's supposed to be the businessman. And, touching on what you said, he cost his promoters money. He cost the whole ticket. He cost money. Top Rank, they still got to pay it when De Los Santos. Uh,
Yeah,
they still got to pay him because
to
he
not
did
fight.
what he did.
$400,000 to not fight, to make weight, basically.
That's a beautiful walk away.
Yeah,
That's a
I mean,
great deal.
I'm happy for him. You know, and I
Right.
mean, and I'm glad. I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, it ain't my business, but I'm glad Keyshawn didn't get rewarded for what I'm saying, for his what he did. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know the ins and outs of what he did or didn't do in terms of trying to make weight, you know what I'm saying, and all that stuff. And I'll be honest with you, after with the debacle and the fallout after his brother lost, to me, that ain't even like I'm past that at that point. Because you put a black eye on these people event, you put a black eye on this promotional company who looking for a new home. You got fans who feel like you owe them money, because they bought tickets because you were supposed to be putting on, and then you don't show up, and then that's the way you go out. That's the way you close out the show. So to me, man, I just feel like, I get it. Worst things that happen in the sport of boxing, but I just feel like, man, he almost couldn't have done no worse than he did. Like everything that he could have done wrong is like he did wrong, and that's what he got to lead these folks with. And then it's like you got people who put money into the sport to put on these shows, and you look like they were building something successful out there in Norfolk, and then now you're gonna want people to put something back on, and they might not want to do it. They might not want to get behind you like that. You're gonna have fans who are gonna be reluctant to buy tickets in advance, think you might nut up and not make weight. But at the same time, like I said, the main thing is the people who put these shows on. Man, you want people to put money behind you. They gotta be able to trust that you gonna, first of all, make the contract weight and not put the fight in jeopardy that way. But then at the end of the day, if things don't go the way you want it to go, that you ain't gonna do something stupid.
Exactly. This you're right. There have been things done much worse in boxing by going out there on PEDs and almost killing somebody. Nothing tops that. But in my opinion, from everybody I've seen that's been polled about it, this is the first. He set a new mark. He stepped into a part of the history book that has been untainted. by any other human, as far as I know so far, that actually went into the other locker room and tried to jump somebody, or
Yeah,
actually got into a physical
I'm sure
confrontation.
it happened before, man.
I'm
But
sure it has, but
it had happened in recent memory. I can't think of nothing off the top of my head.
that's what I'm saying. Okay, I'll put it like that. In recent memory, you got to do some digging. I'm sure that there's been a scuffle in the ring. Dude knocked the dude out in the ring, but I can't remember somebody actually going to the other locker room who wasn't even fighting.
Man, it wasn't your fight.
It wasn't even your fight. You know what I'm saying? Your brother got beat up, so you just, whoa, y'all lost it. Or you lost it. Because like I said, Albright didn't speak on anybody else touching him. He only spoke on Keyshawn. I don't know if that was by design, because now he feels like he wants to get in the ring and put it on Keyshawn. But as far as the narrative of Keyshawn, just going off of what I slightly remember, he was saying something about media gonna try to spin it and make it seem like they tried to jump him, and that's not, that nobody tried to jump nobody situation, which made me instantly think about what Albright said when he said, yeah, Keyshawn came in, and he was saying some stuff. He didn't really say what he was saying. He just said he was saying some stuff, and then he grabbed him and they got to tussling.
And head
So
butted,
okay,
head butted
and
that
he
man.
got headbutted, right, and he ended up looked like with some stitches.
Yeah, he had some on both sides of his face that wasn't there post fight in the you know what I'm saying, right after the fight. But to me, man, I look at it like I'm an advocate for when these boxers have drama. Like they need to be in the ring selling. I understand Keyshawn already beat old boy, but if they can make a fight down the line at 140 or wherever, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I think for one, that's probably gonna be a nice payday for Albright. Um, but at the same time, I'm not gonna say if Albright sue him, I'm not gonna be around here like other people, you know, saying that he wrong. You know what I'm saying? He should just try to get it in the ring. I mean, that's a little above and beyond right there. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If he, hey, I mean, I ain't advocating people pressing charges and all that, trying to get folks locked up. But I mean, hey, if he were to do that, he'd be well within his right. But if he sue him, or if he say, hey man, you can go ahead and break me some bread and we'll let this go away, and I want to fight, I ain't got nothing to say about it. You know what I'm saying? Because he was the one who was offended against.
Exactly. And in that situation, I will advocate for him. Go on, hit his pocket. Teach his ass a lesson. Let him know that this can never happen again.
And I said the other night afterwards, I said, man, if they suspend that man for a year, 2 years or whatever, I'm not gonna feel bad for him. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be in more control of your emotions than that. Yeah, we done seen a guy bite a guy's ear off and stuff, and I think he got a year suspension. So I mean, the precedent's been set over and over throughout the years in boxing with people doing things and you like, oh my god, and then they come back in 6, 8 months, which probably be about the equivalent of them what they would have done anyway. But you know what I'm saying? If they suspend it, like I said, I'm not advocating for him to be suspended a long time or whatever. I'm just saying whatever they do, I'm not gonna be crying a river for him. You know what I'm saying? I'm be like, hey, he gotta learn. I mean, because sometimes, lessons are better learned with harsh consequences for what you do. If it's some amount of that's why you have these guys for repeat offenders on PEDs. The
Exactly.
consequences don't be stiff enough. They hit them pockets hard enough. Hey, they'll get right. They put them out there long out the sports. Yeah, I mean, talking about any sports. You know what I'm saying? They'll get it together.
And that's all it's going to take, because, I don't want to see that kind of thug mentality running around. I don't want to see that label get attached to our fighters. But he just made it easy for everybody to attach that to our fighters, because he done it. It's a step down in so many ways and in so many directions. You can put your finger out and just touch any of them. That it's just mind boggling.
Yeah, it sound like a lack of accountability though, with the whole writing a letter apology and then with a yeah but in there. You know what I'm saying? I was saying, during the fight, I think me and Trey was on voice. I don't think nobody was hopped on yet. But I was saying that, you know what I'm saying, his brother go out there and lose. because of how the fight was going. I said, hey, that's an L on Keyshawn too. Of course, I didn't know he would react like that, but I felt like him missing weight put a lot of pressure. Now, granted, the other brothers, coming up the ranks, and he really ain't in that tough yet. And this was a step. This was like a step up fight for the older brother. And It's like you put him in more pressure than what he would have been, because now he one fight from the main event. He the last brother fighting on a card in y'all hometown, y'all city. And he might not have been ready for that. I ain't saying that's why he lost. I'm just saying that you put pressure on him that wouldn't have been on him under those circumstances. So I just looked at it like you already hadn't done enough, man. You didn't help your brother even with your antics after the fight. Him going out there doing that, like, make somebody else say, damn, if I fight his brother and I beat him, I'm gonna have to be ready to fight again after the fight. Gotta have 2-1. So, so I just look at it like, man, it's just, I'm not writing the guy. Like, I'm a fan of the dude, but I want it. He gonna have to get it together, man. Like, I don't make excuses for people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so
Exactly.
Whatever he got going on, you know what I'm saying? He need to get it figured out. If he was still, to me, I just felt like, and like I said, I ain't no psychologist or nothing, man. I'm just saying, to me, I felt like he was already embarrassed by the not making weight situation. You supposed to be the marquee fighter on this card. You on the front row as a cheerleader, basically. Chief support, trying to cheer on your brothers. So watch the event, and then your brother go out there and get beat. And the whole time they keep showing you during the fight, like how you responding and stuff like that. I think part of what happened was he was embarrassed. And part of the embarrassment is from him not making weight, but then also his brother went out there and lost to a guy that, he already had beat. And I feel like, he was embarrassed, but we all have been embarrassed before. You can handle embarrassment multiple ways. That definitely wasn't the way to go handle
it. Yeah. You could, he could have handled it. They could have just not even came out. They could have just, people could have said they were sore losers, but who gives a damn? At least it's not this type of situation.
Right. Yeah, we see that all the time, man. Miguel Cotto considered one of the great fighters of his era. He was he was one of the sorest losers ever. Like, anytime that man got beat, he just left the ring. You know what I'm saying? Like, it might have been one time, maybe when he fought Floyd, he might have did an interview. But most of the time when he lost, he immediately just walked out the ring. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so if they wanted to carry it that way, then hey, it would have been better than what happened. And the thing is, man, the brother who lost, I don't even think he did anything. So
that's
what I'm saying? It put a black eye on him, and he didn't do nothing. He conducted himself like like a guy, like somebody's supposed to. You went out there and you fought. You came up short. You know what I'm saying? And you hold your head and you move on.
Well, this is definitely a knock on him ever thinking he gonna ever be like at the face of boxing. He got to really overcome that. And it's not going to just be an apology. He's going to have to show that he can be business wise all the way through.
Yeah.
From here out,
like he got some maturing to do, man. I mean, I hate to say that, but but it's not uncommon. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of these fighters got maturing to do, but his was on full display. You know what I'm saying? He definitely showed a lack of emotional maturity. So it is what it is. Hey, I'm gonna hop off for a minute, man. I'm gonna be in the chat though. I got something I got to do, man. I'm gonna try to get back on a little later. See if anybody else gonna hop on with you.
All right, I appreciate you coming through.
Hey, I appreciate you. Let me know.
All right, D-Lo 404 Boxing, the voice of reason. That's right. He came through and hollered at us for a little bit and gave us his view and opinion on what's going down. And in my opinion and my understanding, it was a quite good take on it. Rod X in the building. He said, "What's up, my people?" Before I jump down, Shakur was trying to run out the ring from Edwin, and Keyshawn refused to even get in the ring with Edwin. Edwin smashing on that whole clique. Edwin had turned into the Mighty Mouse. In the small weight division, he running around wreaking havoc without even having to fight. That's what you saying? But go ahead, then, Edwin. Cause drama. Make them nervous. But I don't think Abdullah Mason gonna be nervous when it's time for him to move up. I like that boy Abdullah, man. He's doing his thing. And like Keyshawn tried to punk Abdullah, man. Come on, he trying to force the man into a corner, talking about say you gonna fight me, all this kind of stuff. Prior to him having his crazy episode, missing weight. Come on, man. Come on. I guess he thought that, Edwin De Los Santos was going to be like, forget it. Let's go ahead and fight anyway and all that. I ain't worried about the 3 extra pounds. Forget that. We saw what happened to Devin Haney in the 3 pounds. He got his ass whooped. All money ain't good money. They took the money for the pounds. And then he went out there and got beat up. He sued and got the loss reversed and what have you. But he still got beat up. Can't erase that. Now, that I was going down, said, what's up, my people? And nobody in Norfolk going to respect Keyshawn because he ducked the fade with Edwin in his hometown. Edwin was in Norfolk laughing at him. He stepped on Keyshawn. Now, with that part, I feel you, Hyphy. That is a big knock for Keyshawn to screw up like that. You would have thought, one would think, I thought, that Keyshawn would have came in, have a great training camp, came in on point, on weight, so he could show how much more he could separate himself from Shakur and the rest of the guys at 135. How he could, do what he needed to do. And he failed to be able to present that to the world and to his hometown because he came into the fight weigh in overweight. Now, I don't know what they thinking was, anything like that. Maybe they thought Edwin and his team would be like, okay, forget it. We still going to go out there and handle our business and make this money. But no, Edwin's team did a smart move. And they said, you know what? We're not going to send our fighter out there to go through a punishment that's unnecessary. He was already going to go out there and have to deal with whatever onslaught that Keyshawn was going to bring at their regular weight. But for him to come in overweight, which means he didn't have to work as hard throughout his training camp on certain things, which means he'd be a lot more energetic over Edwin because Edwin did all the things he needed to do to make weight. So, yeah, I take my hat off to Edwin's team for not putting him out there. Also, smart move, he still got paid for showing up and doing the right things. Handling his business and showing up to the fight and being on weight. I agree with D-Lo. I'm ecstatic that Keyshawn is not getting rewarded for that. Should he have gotten stripped for his title? If that was the rule of that belt, you don't make weight, you get stripped. If that was the rule, then yeah, he should have got stripped. I had no problems with that. If he didn't follow the ledger that he needs to follow as the champion, because this is the champion. His first title defense. Uh-oh. Y'all give me a hot second. One of my baby from Cali calling. So I'm going to leave y'all with something jam while I go take care of that. Y'all give me a second.
Shorty looking mad fly. Had me captivated when she walked by. I'm serious, she had me feeling this tingle, son. Stimulated conversation after mingling. Honey was jingling and stretched jeans looking clean. Appearance would enhance any scene, I mean. Feel me, really, I know it sounds silly, but looking at her was like puffing on a fat fillet. Relaxing, she had this natural attraction. She started laughing when she saw my reaction. Oh my, pass the name and number to the cell. Asked for mine, I said it's Otis, last name is Bell. Also known as the O, the B, the 3, the A, the S, the T. It's me, obese, and you get high. Then I'm your guy. If I got the high, you got the draw, you can make this track go. If I got the high, you got the draw, you can make this track go. If I got the high, you got control, you can make this track go. If I got the high, you got control, you can make this track.
Okay. That was the grandbabies calling me all the way from Cali, checking on the grandpa to make sure he's doing all right. But yeah, back to what we were saying. As far as Keyshawn being at home, just a bad taste. And G-Lo hit everything pretty much right on the nose with you soured. You put a sour taste in the fans' mouths, your promoters' mouths. Anybody that has something to do with boxing right now that's going to have to deal with you, it's a sour taste in their mouth. But I will say this: business and making money trumps everything. And the people, I'm pretty sure, they'll come up with a way that if Keyshawn makes any wrong flex or move, he'll lose some money and they'll gain it. Because that's business. Albright don't got to get in the ring. Keyshawn didn't get in the ring. That's coming from Hyphy. Gil Coles is in the building, and I'm sorry, I know I'm running late, but what's up, Gil Coles? I'm glad to see you in the house. Big Bro say that's not going to happen again. Boys is ready once they see they fighting their family. Oh, yeah, I feel you on that one, bro. They're going to either be, no, you can't come into the locker room, or they're going to be ready, because if you do come in there, and you come in there sideways, we're going to send you out of there horizontal. I ain't saying they're going to put no holes in nobody. Then I'm talking about just putting lumps on somebody's head. I'm just so disappointed in Keyshawn, man. It's just, whatever. This dude here just really messed it up. You see everybody going on is talking. Salute my peopleization. Oh, they say, y'all smash the like button one time. Shakur not running from nobody. Stop it. That's what Big Bro say. Right, yeah, we're not going to jump on Shakur right now. We're gonna let Shakur beat Shakur because he got those hand problems. And I think he's supposed to be getting them stuff worked on. So, we'll see what he can do, because he been out the ring. The days are stacking up. The days are stacking up since he stepped out there and showed us that Shakur is a good fighter, a great fighter. The man, the baby world beater who me and Trey X like to call it. He need to come on back and do what he need to do so he can shut some folks up. This is his chance to make a move and start stealing the spotlight back from Keyshawn, because Keyshawn was really putting the separation between he and old Shakur. Really. And could it be that the boy, the light started getting bright and he couldn't really handle it? The tutelage that he need isn't there. Crawford should be in his ear a lot more. A lot more. From what I understand, Crawford apologized to Albright. Let that sink in for a second. Terrence Bud Crawford apologized to Albright for the antics of the Davis boys. I give TC a lot of credit for that. That's some OG stuff right there. It really is. Now, I don't know what kind of respect he garnishes from Keyshawn and those boys. If he called himself imposing something on them in-house, would it really have an effect? Y'all know what I'm getting at. But I do appreciate TC for doing that. He put another check in the book for me, for himself. Even though he beat my favorite 147-pounder, beat the brakes off of him in Earl Spence Jr., I found myself having a much more liking for Terrence Crawford, because remember I said I was a fan of him as well, just not when he fights Earl. I take my hat off to old Bud for stepping up like that. But if it's something that he can whisper in Keyshawn's ear to help get that boy straight, Bud, talk to this man. Talk to this youngster, help him navigate the bright light and the respect that's garnished from being I'll beat your ass for real kind of fighter. Show him how to walk it like you. Not saying that Bud has walked it perfectly. He's had some things that some fighters didn't like. Some fans didn't like. But so what? They've all had something that some fighters didn't like. What I'm looking for is, y'all got this tight clique over there Help these boys understand. Get Bo Mac. I know Bo Mac know how to navigate these waters, man. Y'all been doing it for a minute. Help these youngsters so they don't get out there and make themselves and their race look just straight up foolish for doing dumb stuff. You got the spotlight like you want it for being the fighter that you claim you are. Ride that wave. Ride that wave. You got people paying to see you go out there and throw your hands. Do that. Talk your noise if you want to talk, because, you know, people love that. Give your bravado. Talk your slang and talk about who you're going to whoop and how you're going to whoop them. Do all of that. But don't step outside the lines and screw it up because you might not think it. But when you make mistakes like that in front of the world, there are a lot of people that are short-minded that'll think we all act like that. And that's not how we want to be looked at. Now, I know people will argue with me and say, no, MZ, everybody don't think like that. Come on, y'all know what the hell what I'm saying. I'm not going to even say what I'm trying to say. Y'all know what I'm saying. There's pride in this. And we need people to act right when it comes down to shining and representing us when they're standing on a stage where millions of people can see them. He said, Keyshawn got to do better. Did he get suspended, fined, or sued yet? I haven't seen anything on that, Gil Coles, but I will say that those are the things that I, in my opinion, would not argue and would agree with each one of those things if they happen to happen. I really would. You know, I know some people would be like, oh, that's weak to sue, but no, it's not. If what happened is true, this man went in there and assaulted this man. And instead of asking him to go to jail, you sue him to hurt his pockets. That's better than taking time from his life. So, yeah, I say hit his pocket a little bit. You're taking food away from his baby. Well, he really did that to himself. And he's going to have to go and work a little bit harder to replace what he took or lost that should be on the baby's plate. That's his fault. So, yeah, I don't know if it's happened yet. But as I'm saying, you know, I would agree. I wouldn't be mad if it did happen, if he got suspended, fined, and sued. I wouldn't be mad at any of those. We got to set a precedent on the way these fighters, how you supposed to act. Like I said, I understand this is a gladiator sport, but at some point, even the gladiators turn it off. You injected yourself into a situation that literally had nothing to do with you other than your brother was the combatant that lost. You could have easily just went into the locker room with your brother and consoled your brother. But your mind didn't think like that. Your mind thought to go into the other locker room and act a fool. Y'all think about that. He chose to go in the other locker room and act a fool and then to console his brother. I would have been consoling my brother. Hyphy says Abdullah was raised by a man, unlike Keyshawn. I won't take shots at the single mothers because that notion, you know, a lot of single ladies would take it like that. There's a lot of single mothers that have raised strong-minded, strong-willed young men. There are a lot of them that just raised some knuckleheads too. But two-parent households have produced their number of knuckleheads and foolish young people to society. So I'll just say whatever lessons that were laid out in front of him, he didn't take a hold to all of them. You know what I'm saying? That's the best I can do on that. I know you're not talking about Shakur, bro. He ain't ducking nobody. Hyphy said that, bro. I didn't say Shakur was ducking nobody. I said I hope he's getting his hands taken care of because the last thing I know, he was supposed to be getting some surgeries or something like that on his hands. I'm just waiting for him to come back. But I am saying, the days are stacking up that he's been out the ring. What we've learned from these fighters to get these long layoffs, 9 times out of 10 they end up taking a loss. But Jamal Charlo, he kind of broke that streak because he came back where he got his win on who he needed to. Can't wait to see who they try to put him in the ring with. But no, I ain't on Shakur like that. What I was saying though is Keyshawn was separating himself as far as, in my opinion, popularity and getting shine from the bright lights because he's been able to keep fighting and being relevant. On Shakur's side, the hand problems and not being able to get into the ring, and his last outing where people was like he was running and all that kind of stuff. That's still what the last narrative is for him. And I was just saying that Keyshawn was separating. Oh, he said he talking to hyphy, bro. My bad. I gave a good long one. He said Ernest Shacky from Flow. Okay, that ain't my business. So I told him, he said, tell that dude hyphy whatever. What? Hold on. Y'all ride with me. I'm reading and she said, Shacky Foster from Texas says Shakur some whippets. Oh, I remember when y'all was talking about that because I was like, what the hell is a whippet? Man, come on. That had kind of got out of my mind. Y'all just brought that back in. I'm hoping these dudes ain't doing no stupid crap like that. I'm on the train of drinking and all that kind of stuff. I could ride with you, but I'm mostly looking at you to see if I see any slippage. Because once that slippage starts, it ain't no stopping it. It ain't no reversal for whatever alcohol does to you. It's not. Bud either, I guess. So I told me, man. Is Abdullah Mason one of Shakur Play brothers? You know what? I don't know. I don't know if I've heard Shakur say he was one of his Play brothers. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think Abdullah and his brothers feel like they the only brothers they need. I don't think they running around garnishing Play brothers. I think I think they father got them on the point that, look, your family right here, this is all you need, and we're going to take it on and keep getting wait a minute, what? It sounds like you want Keyshawn to get DPD'd at the B&B Boxing Academy. Oh, you talking about because I see it, I don't know what kind of power Bud got, but if that's what it takes, go on in there. Now, I'm going to show my age because what the hell is DP? Help me understand. What's that? You're going to have to break it down for me, D-Lo. I ain't thinking outside the box right now. I'm thinking about this gas stick. Man, my brother Hyphy, which I'll be getting with you tonight for sure, bro. Bro, all I can say is, whoo, bro. My little girl, Kamof, was like, Dad. I'm like, yeah, that boy Hyphy. My brother know what I'm talking about. Edwin and Albright going to sue Keyshawn. Only one way to resolve it is out of court, is to catch him one-on-one. No, I don't want to see that. What would Edwin sue for? Edwin got paid. Edwin got paid. Nothing. I don't see no reason for him to sue or even think about suing. He walked away with, I believe D-Lo said, with at least $400,000 to show up at the scale. So I don't think there's no need for him to sue. But if Albright sues, fair play to him. Fair play to him. He did, if those 2 marks, those look like stitches to me over his right eye for sure. If that was because at the hands of Keyshawn, then make Keyshawn pay. He didn't jeopardize this man's career. Got cuts in two spots that you don't want to be on a fighter if you had to have a cut, not over the eye. So yeah, if he sues, I'm not complaining. Get some of that money. Teach his ass a lesson. I know I might sound like I'm being a little harsh, but come on now. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. I think if a suspension was handed down, I think a 2-year one would be suffice. Not more than that. I don't think 3 any more than that. I think that's excessive. But I can deal with 2. I can deal with 2 because now you're hitting his pocket real good. So yeah, something has to happen. Something. But that young man right there, Abdullah, I think he's gonna be doing all right. I couldn't understand why Keyshawn was trying to, in my opinion, punk him when they was on the stage sitting side by side. I wasn't getting that at all. I'm like, Keyshawn, why is you messing with Abdullah when you're getting ready to fight De Los Santos? You looking past this man, you mess around, go out there and get beat. I think Mason handled it pretty well. He didn't let himself go down a road of just start talking crazy and off the wall. He kept it as professional as possible. Let me and my team get together and see what's going on. Man, the main event. All this Keyshawn got to bear. You was the main event, bro. And you took that away from the fans. Just took that away. People to make bets. People came to see you clowning. You didn't clown. Not the way they paid to see. Because the clowning you did, they didn't even get to see. I did see some footage of people trying to hold Keyshawn back, and it was titled that was in the locker room, and they was breaking up the fight with him, and damn it, I forget, and Albright, but I don't know. Abdullah going to take Keyshawn's spot. That's a possibility. As far as the brightness of the lights go and the eyes of the people, that is a good possibility. These youngsters not realizing it's some more sharks that's swimming up, coming into their waters, and they seem to be eating well. I do want to see Abdullah go a full distance because I want to see what his full gas tank look like. This boy is stopping people so much, we're not getting a full good read on him. We're getting small appetizers of what he got. We know he'll get up if he gets dropped. But, that was an early part of the fight and he fought on. I just want to see what his gas tank looks like and how much he stays on his game once he starts getting tired. I want to see what fatigue does to him. How does he use it? How does he change up? Does he slow the pace down a little bit? He was working off that great jab of his because I love the way he pops off his jab. He works his jab nicely. And he was going down to the body real good in that fight. He was patient and calculating throughout that fight. Didn't really have to step on the gas too much. Just kept it at a nice solid pace. It didn't hurt that Nakatila was doing a lot of moving, trying to I guess get an angle or get enough space to recalibrate to think. But the youngster kept a good amount of pressure on him. Was able to stay in front of him when he wanted to, working on the inside. That jab though, man, he worked a great fight. And you right, Hyphy. If he keeps up on this trajectory and he can sustain with fights that go 10 rounds, 11 rounds, 12 rounds, what we know as championship rounds, I need to have a meal of that on him, if that's possible. Oh, my bad. So yeah, you're right. I think he could start shining a lot brighter than Keyshawn. He could turn the cameras and the eyes towards him. He good attitude, not a bad looking kid. No, I can see the shine going down on him. They always say it about Mayweather, about his $1 million smile. Oh, people forget about that. All these boys, all these men, these champions, they all had something, some kind of charisma that made people say, yeah, that's the one. And looking at Abdullah for face value, you could say he could be that one. He could be one of them. Seemed like his dad got him on a good track. And I'm not throwing Keyshawn away. I don't want nobody to think that I'm throwing Keyshawn away. I just want the dude to be able to represent well. This foolishness that's going on with our fighters, it's got to stop. And we as fans, we have to come together and want more, because they represent us in certain cases. In certain cases, they do represent us. I don't care what nobody say. It is what it is. Take it how you want. I'm gonna give it how I like. That's just it. Matter of fact, you know what? Oh, it's been some busy times, some lovely times. That boy Keish, what's his name? The other David, Keon Davis, but I don't think he a brother. I don't think he a brother of Keyshawn now. Went out there and got his ass knocked out. And I foolishly picked his ass. I don't know what I was thinking. All the fights that I pretty much picked to get a knockout in, I was wrong on the rounds. I don't know why I picked Abdullah. I think I picked him round 7. Missed out on that one. Yeah. So I did all right in the Champ Ross. Not too bad. I'm moving right along. I'm gonna pull something off later down the line. Y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see. My boy Yasser let me know I might be facing a lawsuit from across the pond. He gonna be boycotting Musically Zone Talks Boxing if I don't stop doing shows. It's not 3 hours. Like, bro, I've been trying to let people get it in, get it out, move around. But we're going to still have some fun tonight. Hey, I've been checking out some of the basketball, hyphy. Big bro, I haven't seen the games live, but I have been watching them, like the reruns of them or whatever. And that boy Halliburton and what's his name? Pascal. What's that other guy's name? It's a few of them. Watching them. I see what y'all was talking about when you saying OKC and Indiana balling when Trey X was pushing the fact about how Indiana runs the ball. Pascal, I seen what he was doing, how he was breaking out. I still fuss at the defense though, the transition of their defense, because when they're gonna be doing that, you're supposed to have a man back like the safety. But I'm not gonna harp on that. But I can say that the guys are playing some good basketball. They really are. I think game 3 is tomorrow. I'm gonna try to catch it and enjoy it and see what pop off with it. See what pop off. Let me go ahead because I need to go make a run into the back. And since I'm gonna make a run to the back, where is that? Let's go ahead and hit y'all with the light. Y'all give me a second, do what y'all do, because I'm gonna do what I am. And hit you with the light real quick, and I'll be right back.
The light will save you. Keep following the light. The light will save you. Keep following the light.
Shorty looking mad fly. Had me captivated when she walked by. I'm serious, she had me feeling this tingle, son. Stimulated conversation after mingling. Honey was jingling and stretched jeans looking clean. Appearance would enhance any scene, know what I mean? Feel me? Really? I know it sounds silly, but looking at her was like puffing on a fat fillet. Relaxing, she had this natural attraction. She started laughing when she saw my reaction. Oh my, passed the name and number to the cell. Asked for mine, I said it's Otis, last name is Bell. Also known as the O, the B, the 3, the A, the S, the T. It's me, obese, do you get high? Then I'm your guy.
If I got the high, you got the control, you can make this track go. If I got the high, you got control, you can make this track go. If I got the high, you got control, you can make this track go. If I got the high, you got control, you can make this track go.
Say what you want, just be blunt, I can stand the pain. Take a ride on the great airlines, I promise you'll be glad you came. The fire in your eyes make wetness between your thighs. You say you never blow, I eliminate your disguise. Underneath your green exterior, I gaze. Exploration of your brain leaves me in a purple haze. I see consent as my morals continue living. I just like to engage in a little oral tradition. So pardon my unorthodox approach to blazing luscious. That's just the way I roll. Lick the split before I stuff it. You like it hot, I got enough smoke to choke the average throat. But tonight I'm trying to go a little deeper. Loving the feel of your lips, taking drags off this gas, just puff and never pass. I'm your high value reefer.
I got the high, you got control, you can make this track go. If I got the high, you got control, you can make this track go. If I got the high, you got control, you can make this track go. If I got the high, you got control, we can make this track go.
I'm chilling in my room on this night. I got something tied up in the shower, am I right? A friend in the negligee smiling and she rolling up. Every once in a while looking up, saying, girl, hurry up. She placed her gaze back up on me and took a deep sigh and said, I'm so hungry. You want a drink? I said, yeah. And while she walking to the table, she asking what I think. I like the way your lips poke her like she pouting. And that ass got my little man shouting. She kinda giggled, oh, you like what you see. Before I can answer, I heard, hey, what about me? I turned around, she got a pose with no clothes, with a leg up on the chair, with her hands exposed. She said, don't speak, just lay back on the bed. Said something about double heat. Yeah, you heard what she said.
If I got the high, you got control, you can make this track go. If I got the high, you got control, you can make this track go. If I got the high, you got control, you can make this track go. If I got the high, you got control, you can make this track
go. We are back. It may be a while for Keyshawn gets another Virginia event. That venue may be hella hesitant on bringing him back. If so, they may only approve one brother on the card. Wow. My bro say, that song sound like Waka Flocka. Oh, let's do it. Oh, let's do it. Okay. Richard Hitcherson and George Kambosos. I think they got it lined up to be rolling down, coming down the pipe. Speaking on some boxing stuff. I'm looking to Richard to go out there and box up old George Kambosos. I know George looked good his last fight, but I think Richardson is a whole different animal when it comes down to that. It ain't a whole bunch I got to say about it or want to say about it, because I'm not really a George Kambosos fan. But I am looking for for Richard to go ahead and handle up on old George. I got to think about the knockouts, because I apparently cannot pick a knockout to save my life. I have been wrong on every knockout that I have went out there and attempted to pick. Just say it. Just say it. But I'm going to keep on shrugging on it. Keep on shrugging on it. Richard Hitchens. Oh, let me see if I can pull that up. I can't pull it up on the channel. For some reason, I can't find it. My internet running bad or the computer ain't running it quick. But I found out what Keyshawn had put. Said Keyshawn Davis is with Keon Civic and Keyshawn Davis. Kelvin Davis, I mean. He said, on behalf of DB3, we apologize for conducting ourselves in that way. Tension was high and emotions got the best of us. We will be back and better and more professional. It's ups and downs with this. And we're going to take that, and we're going to take what comes with it. With that being said, we didn't jump nobody. But keep believing the media that's twisting narratives. Part of the game, we will regroup, but it will be for us and not our people. 3, shout out to the MF Juice Man. Well, that's what was it I just dropped? That's what he said. Oh, I didn't realize, but he said it would not be for our people. Cool. But that ain't gonna stop people from looking at you, making it part on us. But that's the apology. I'm reading that word for word. What the Davises put out as an apology. Straight up. Just gonna have to see what goes down with the dude. I'm gonna be watching. Close that player and see what's up. It was something that I had wanted to bring up, and I can't remember what it was. Man, I'm sorry, I cannot remember what it was that I was supposed to be bringing up. It's gonna hit me though, I'm sure. It's gonna hit me. Let me go ahead. I'm in this mood. Hey, D-Lo. That boy say keep moving, so I'm going to keep moving. Y'all ride with me because I'm trying to get my bearings. It's something that I'm supposed to be presenting to you guys, but I can't remember what it was, so I got to go look through my daily planner. So while I do that, y'all keep moving.
I don't worry about no problems, there's no problems worry me. I don't need no things on my windows that they ready to see. I keep moving, always keep these people in your sight. I keep moving, never know who's wrong or who's right. I don't worry about no problems, there's no problems worry me. I don't need no things on my windows that they ready to see. I keep moving, always keep your eyes on the prize. I keep moving. Never know who's truly on your side. I'm a rich, old, dead white boy. You know the dead ones get stacked up. When you walk into a strip club, tossing up while hoes act up. Niggas look strange, I look strange back. You got a problem, you don't really want that. That alcohol got you thinking. You walk in, don't make me just prove that. Now I'm trying to let you make it, my nigga, just let it be. But that devil off up in you, so you gon' come fuck with me. Now I'm gonna make it home and you might not let there be new scripture. If you cross the line, I can guarantee you I'll let that be hit you. I don't worry about no problems, there's no problem worry me. I don't need no things on my windows that they ready to see. I keep moving, always keep these people in your sight. I keep moving, never know who's wrong or who's right. I don't worry about no problems, there's no problems worry me. I don't need no things on my windows that they ready to see. I keep moving, always keep your eyes on the prize. I keep moving, never know who's truly on your side. I keep on moving like soul to soul, penetrate your mind, let your conscience flow like water from the aquifer. Look within the ocular and see your tendencies. For the Hennessy, take a sip. Lyrical clip full of hollow tip. Got a mic with a firm grip when I spit. Have brothers like a mental shit.
Niggas killing me with this mother shit that that you hear, inability to speak with clarity is so unclear.
But I'ma need you to step your game up, cause if not, you a trust us a lame duck. I'ma call you superhead cause the game sucks. After you can keep it moving in your lame truck. Run. Worry about no problems, there's no problem worry me. I don't need no tears up on my windows that they're here to see. I keep moving, always keep these people in your sight. I keep moving, you never know who's wrong or who's right. Worry about no problems, there's no problems worry me. I don't need no tears up on my windows that they're here to see. I keep moving, always keep your eyes on the prize. I keep moving, you never know who's truly on your side.
Niggas killing me with the smother shit that you hear, inability to speak with clarity is so unclear.
I said niggas be talking crazy, hold up, don't make them wait. I don't chase after hoes, I let them make change. Okay, let's get that straight. Nah, back to the grill when the niggas got beat. Yes, man, gon' bring your stage. By the time you realize we got a problem, then it's too late. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. You can't go back though. All right. Now, I know what it was I was going to bring up. That boy, Albright, he pulling the Chris Brown because he be singing. Y'all caught some clips of him. He's singing. Singing. They had him sing the national anthem. The boy got some pipes. He out there whooping ass and singing songs. Oh, man. Maybe he was singing when he walked past Keyshawn about how he whooped on his brother in that fight. And Keyshawn just couldn't take it. The singing assassin. That's what his name should be. Especially when it comes to the Davis boys. He got those boys just out of there. Gone. I couldn't imagine somebody whooping my ass and then turn around singing songs and shit. I put my hands on you and put you straight to sleep. Sleep. I'm stupid. Oh, man. That's what I wanted to bring up. Been no tension in my life. Family been doing good. Y'all know how I am. Big softy when it comes to the family. Anything family, I'm all in. Oh, I don't know. I got to check into this. Anybody heard anything about Crawford and Canelo being on Netflix? I hear you, bro. I got you. That just came across my little screen. It said that the Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford fight is going to be on Netflix. But no venue has been announced. Wow. We need a call with Edwin Abdullah and Albright versus the Davis brothers. Which brother against which brother? Because Keyshawn would have beef with two of those boys for sure, Edwin and Albright. And he was trying, well, shoot, all three of them, because he was trying to sit Abdullah as well. But he moving up to 140 now. So he won't be a 135 or no more. He's going to be 140. And I don't say that, I say this with for realness. Don't chase him. Do not chase him. Don't give him that. Let his ass be where he is. You know what I'm saying? Y'all handle y'all business and keep y'all careers on track. Because everything that he gets now is going to be set to, he's going to have to look good in it. He's going to have to make it happen. See what kind of smoke he get at 140. But that would be a nice card. Edwin Abdullah Albright. But you said against the whole Davis brothers. Which brother against which brother would you prefer, Hyphy? Because I just said, Keyshawn got an issue, it seems, with all three of those opponents. We already know Albright beat the older brother, so I guess only thing left for him is the baby brother. Edwin, I guess it's a flip of the coin between Edwin and Albright to face Keyshawn and the other one to take the older brother. You know, that's how you play it. But to have Edwin, Abdullah, and Albright all on the same card, that would be a fire card in itself. You don't have to have the Davis brothers. That would be a fire card in itself, long as it had the correct opponents, some names that's quickly recognizable, or some fighters that are quickly recognizable. You know, decent records or good come to win fights. Like I said, I was saying Abdullah. I need to see him in some fights where we can get a full taste of him, a full meal of the guy. What he looks like round 8, 9, 10, 11. What does he look like? How fluent is his movement still? How tight is his guard still? How snappy is his jab? What his punches, his power punches look like? Has his hooks widened out or are they still tight? You know, things like that. How's his foot movement? Has he slowed down? Is he starting to linger in one place too long? Is he leaning up against the ropes, or is he still trying to take command of the ring in the later rounds? I need to see these things in order to get a full judgment of him. I'm excited that hopefully his round starts stretching out. He needs to be in an 8-rounder or at least a 10-rounder next. I think he's been sitting around. I think he's been at 6 and long enough. It's time to move on up a little bit, get those lungs to expand and see what that lactic acid looked like when it started to build it up and throwing those punches and getting punched on your arms and stuff. Let's see what I want to see. What kind of fighter prevails in that situation with Abdullah Mason? Will he still be quick with his thought of how to adjust? How will that be affected? All these things need to be answered, because we only been getting samples servings and he's been stopping everybody. So yeah, if we can get that, I'll be very satisfied to see what it looks like, so we can get on and start seeing this man get the shine that he deserves. Because this well out there is nobody's really holding on to the bright light, because it seems to be burning everybody that touches it. Like they can't hold on to it, like they're afraid to be there. They don't know how to step up and be a champion. Be that dude that you claimed you wanted to be. Don't be afraid of the big success. Don't curl up into a little ball now that the lights are shining. This is when you're supposed to let it loose. This is where you're supposed to go ahead and be everything that you said you are. This is where you're supposed to try your stuff, let the world see your stuff and hear your stuff. This is it. And you fumbling it. Right at the one. Fumbling it. And it was 4th down. And the time ran out. Anybody could pick up the spot and take off with it. Start shining. And I'm looking forward to be the youngster Abdullah. He said Abdullah Earl Spence 2.0, smashing shit. Let me see. Early Earl, when he was hungry and running through people. But Abdullah, he seems to do it in a different fashion. It's not so Earl-esque to me. It's more him. He got a little more zip to it, you know what I'm saying, than Earl to me. He's a little more fluent in his foot movement than Earl to me. And his punch patterns are a lot different than Earl's. He does go up and down. Earl had that little, 1-2 at the body, And then, around. Oh, heck. Look who that came in the door. My brother from another mother and father. The man that can call a frog from a whale. When it's time to call the fight on YouTube, the best one in the YouTube streets, he should have a job with one of these people. My brother, Trey X. What's happening?
Salute was going down, man. I'm just sitting up here on this gas and shit. Just got done eating, watching some of these WNBA games and shit. I said, man, let me go chop it up about some boxing with my OG one time.
I sure appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, I want to talk about these fights this past weekend a little bit.
Right before you do that, Rod X said, did the corner ever interview one of the Davis brothers? You came in right on time for that question.
He said, did we interview him?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we interviewed him like 3 times, something like that. The first time it was Keyshawn by himself, and then the other 2 times it was all 3 brothers. That's why I was kind of surprised that he did what he did this weekend, because he always came across like he was real level-headed. But at the same time, when I would see him lose to Andy Cruz and the amateurs and shit, I could see he don't really take losing very well. You know what I'm saying? Like I could just see that in him. But everybody done talked about that, what he had going on with Albright and shit. It really ain't much I can add to it, except for kicking the motherfucker a little bit more. So I'm gonna let everybody have that. But it was some other fights that took place this weekend. I've been sitting over here kicking the shit out myself. I've been having a black cloud over me with these picks, and I think I justified it too, because like my mom, she had asked me to send one of her childhood friends $100 on Cash App, say he was doing bad and needed some help. I'm like, shit, what the fuck that got to do with me? I don't even know the motherfucker. Hell no, I ain't about to send him no $100. Matter of fact, let me help you set your Cash App up so you can send him $100. And then the other foul thing I did was in the Champ Ross this week that Abdullah Mason was KO 5, but Champ Ross put KO 4, and that's what I had for the bonus. Normally I go tell him, you messed up on this here shit. I ain't said a word. Let me go ahead and get them bonus points. I need them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I've been foul as a motherfucker, so I probably deserve this black cloud that's been over me. But the fight I really been kicking myself is that Sean Hempfield versus Mark Jeffers fight. They had Mark Jeffers as a big favorite. He a 2-time national champion in the United States. Hempfield, I had him at first because I asked the artificial intelligence about his amateur background, and it said that it was a 3.5 American. But when I look on BoxRec, it said he was a 3. So I didn't know if I had a 3.5 versus a 3.5 or a 3 versus a 3.5. So I decided just to leave the fight alone and shit. And plus, I changed my pick on the Champ Ross. Hempfield went over there and put hands and feet on that motherfucker. I'm talking about boxing his ass up all over the ring. Jeffers didn't know what to do. One of the judges, if I'm not mistaken, had a 99-91 on the goddamn card. Like he just went out there and just boxed this dude up all day long. He had 2 losses coming into the fight. He lost to David Stevens. He 3.5 American. And he also lost to the guy that fought Canelo in his last fight, William Skull. He a 4 coming out of Cuba. So them the 2 people to beat Hempfield. So when you look at something like that, you got to look at him as being undefeated in this fight, because the 2 dudes that he lost to, both of them could beat Mark Jeffers. But I'm looking at the fight being in the UK and shit. The promotion is behind Jeffers and all that type of shit. So I said, man, I'm just going to leave it alone. Hempfield went over there and boxed that motherfucker up. We could have took him on the money line at plus 650 or took the decision at plus 1400. We had a small angle for the decision because Jeffers is a 2-time national champion. It's hard to knock out national champions. So we definitely could have got that, man. I've been pissed. And the other one is that Justice Hooney versus Fabio Wardley fight. They had Wardley as the favorite. We had Justice Hooney. I had everybody bet on it. We also could have took the decision at plus 600. Me and Yasa bet a little free bet on that. Hooney was in there boxing that motherfucker up all over the place, man. I'm talking about Fabio Wardley didn't have nothing for this boy when it come to skills. I give him props though. He did hurt Hooney in the first round. I give him the second round too because Hooney was trying to get his feet back up under him. And then the next 7 rounds, Hooney won. I'm over here counting my money already. I just know we got us a win. Shit, we got to like round 9, round 10. I'm over here planning what I'm gonna do with the winnings. Yeah, I'm gonna
He
go on
ran
this
into that.
right hand. Yeah,
Bow.
he was looking tired on the stool. Like he was breathing hard, breathing heavy. And then when he got out back into the ring, I did notice he was trying to get up on his toes a little bit, like he was trying to work that lactic acid out of his calves and shit. So I said he might be feeling it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he wasn't burning a lot of energy in the fight. You know, sometimes fighters will get out there and move around, like Madrimal versus Virgil Ortiz, where you just run around and run around. You be like, man, how you gonna do that for 12 rounds? Or F.L. Jabba when he had fought against the big motherfucker he just fought.
Bacoli.
Bacoli, yeah, he went out there and danced and pranced and used up all the energy. But Justice Hooney didn't do that. He fought a controlled, like a smooth type of fight. Like he wasn't doing nothing out of the ordinary. But he slowed down, coming down the stretch. His technique started to wane. He tried to jump in with like maybe a 1-2 or something like that. I got to go back and check it again. Bow, right hand. And I'm talking about I was sick. I'm like, man, I just knew I had me a win. And that hurt me on the Channel Ross because they get everybody else 10 points. It flipped it because I had them by decision. So if I would have got that would have been plus 10 for me and minus 10 for everybody else. So that was a 20-point swing with that motherfucking right hand. But you know, it
Man,
is what it is.
I had Wardley, but I had him to win by decision. So I don't know how that counted, Champ Ross. But I
If
did
you
have
got 5
Fabio.
points, that ain't
Oh,
bad though. I mean, he is a good finisher. Like he a knockout type guy. He a natural. But at the same time, he went against a 4.5. It's hard to knock out 4.5. It's really hard to knock out 2.5s and up. It's hard to knock out people on the national level. But you know, he threw a lottery winning right hand, caught that motherfucker on the chin. That was all she wrote. They tried to have some controversy talking about the dude beat the count and all that kind of stuff, but he didn't want to fight no more. After the fight, when they did the post-fight interview, he was friendly as a motherfucker over there congratulating Worley and just being a nice guy and shit. So he didn't want to fight no more. He was done. But you know, at the same time though, you know, he got some positivity out of that fight. You know, he went out there and showed something. He showed he could fight on that level. He belonged. He got some good skills. Wardley acknowledged his skills after the fight. So it is what it is. But I just wish we could have got that win, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Really? Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's a matter of ching.
Yeah, we did get the win with the fight going the distance with Pierce O'Leary versus Liam Dillon. I told y'all last week, I said Dillon is one of them Iron Men. He got one of them big heads like Pitbull Cruz, and he ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And he gonna fight back too. And plus, he one of the rare fighters that you can see take a bunch of body shots, liver shots, and he still don't go nowhere. He is one of the top Iron Men in the fight game, man, square business. So he stayed the distance and got us a nice win. So we still made a profit for the weekend. We just let the big fish get away. That was Hempfield by decision over Jeffers at plus 1,400. Damn, but you know, we're gonna tighten up and come back with something though.
Snatched his lips off with the hook. You pulled in too hard. I did that the first time I went fishing.
Yeah, that shit there was trash, man. That was some clown shit, but it's all good though. We're gonna come back with something.
He was looking good. Like you said, he was boxing his ass off. I was like, wow, this dude here can fight. And I was looking for Wardley to take a fall at any minute because I was like, he catching this dude with some good shots, some good uppercuts, some around the guard hooks. He was rocking old boy. Then out of nowhere, he did that, like he did like a 1-2. He set, reset, and he tried to do it again. And old boy caught him. He stepped back and just bam, like an overhand kind of like, I don't know what you would call it, but he kind of like leaned with it when he caught him on the chin. I was like, wow, he won. Ah,
Yeah, that shit that was sickening. Hell, when I was watching the fight, I'm like, man, I feel like we're gonna get the win. My only concern was whether he was about to knock him out, and me and Yasser was gonna lose the free bet because we had the decision on the free bet. As far as the regular bets, we just had the money line, so he can win by knockout or decision. But he ended up getting knocked out. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. That's why they fight the fights. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
This was a pretty tough week in Champ Ross, though. Like, you had fighters coming off long layoffs. Like, I wanted to take Nahir Albright over Kelvin Davis. Pedigree scale. Kelvin Davis ain't got the pedigree as Nahir Albright, but he ain't fought since 2023. So you put me in a tough spot. Like, I know how Albright is. He went out there and beat Esteban Falcao. That motherfucker, I think he's from Brazil or some shit like that, but he an Olympian. He also beat this other Olympian that came up with Shakur and him. I can't never remember his name. Coming into the fight, he had one stoppage loss on his resume by Rene Tellez Hiron. I can't remember his name, but Albright went over there and beat him. I gave D'Lo props because D'Lo had picked him on the Champ Ross when he beat him. And I just know how Albright gonna come. You know what I'm saying? He gonna come and fight like a motherfucker. And if you look at the pedigree, Kelvin Davis didn't have nothing for this man. And then there's another thing about Kelvin Davis too. Kelvin Davis, he didn't even want to box. Like, he boxed as an amateur and all that shit, but he had got out of boxing as an adult and got into driving trucks or something like that. And then once his brothers came up and started doing their thing, they begged him to come back so they could be D3. And so he really didn't have his heart into that shit, man, until his brothers came and told him. So you got a motherfucker like Albright that's a straight up dog. He gonna come fight you. He gonna come beat you on your own promotion. And he going against a man that really didn't want to box. He only boxing to satisfy his brothers. So I did not want to take Kelvin Davis, man, but that layoff 2023, that's the shit that be pissing me off about making picks, man. Like, you will have fights where you feel like a guy is better, but he coming off a layoff. So what you do? Do you just ride with him or do you go against him? You see what I'm saying?
Because we even been through the washer with the layoffs. So you going against him. But I didn't even know that Kelvin, what you just told me, I didn't know that about him.
Yeah. I mean, shit,
when I saw the little video of them all together, they was talking like this was a childhood dream, and they was all, oh hell, they done tricked me.
Yeah, it might have been a childhood dream, you know what I'm saying? But once Kelvin became an adult, he started going to, make him some money, be an adult. And his brothers talked him back into it. And that's what they looked like to me when I watched the fight on Saturday. I agree with what D'Lo said. He felt like Keyshawn missing weight kind of put some pressure on Kelvin to show up for the fam and the televised event and all that type of shit. But I just felt like he was going against a real step-up opponent, somebody that's overlooked by the boxing public. A lot of people don't know about him. So, they're going to underestimate him and stuff. But if you look into his record and what's going on, nigga, this is motherfucking me Nahir Albright. We've been picking him on Champ Ross for years. So I knew how he was going to come. Yeah, my mom even called me talking about, man, Kelvin weak as a mother. Man, Kelvin ain't got nothing. I'm like, yeah. And then I told her what happened after the fight, and they lost the fan because my mom was a fan of the D3. DB3, whatever the fuck they called it.
Yeah, DB3.
Yeah, and my mom, she was like, yeah, she ain't like that shit. You gonna jump a man after the fight because he done beat up your brother. Said it's a gentleman's sport. We ain't got no room for that shit. It's just like in NFL, they say protect the shield. Well, in the fight game, nigga, we gotta protect the fight game, man. It's already people talking about boxing falling off, MMA is this and that and all this kind of shit. And then you're gonna put this hood type shit out there, make us look bad. So now we don't need that shit. I really hope they suspend the motherfucker. Send a message like we don't need all that shit, man. This is a professional sport, and let's act like it.
Shit, I agree with you on that. You ain't said nothing wrong as far as punishment and this sport being represented in a certain way. Great comparison with the shield. Hell, you know they protect that shield. We need some kind of way. We need something that represent boxing to be protected, so these boys can act right.
Yeah,
Because they starting to run amok.
Yeah, that wasn't no good look, man. Oh yeah, I got to talk about the Japan fight. I didn't even see the Junto Nakatani fight. I think he got a knockout in the mid rounds. I had fell asleep after I watched Tenshin Nasukawa versus my guy Victor Santillan. He came off a year layoff, but that was a hell of a fight, man. They was going back and forth, throwing hands all night. The judges, unfortunately, they missed a good fight. They had the fight go like real wide. I think it was one judge I think gave Nasukawa every round. I don't think he gave Santillan a round. But them boys went up in there, Southpaw versus Southpaw, lanes wide open. Nigga, they was throwing hands up in that bitch. Nigga, it was worth it getting up early in the morning to watch that shit. I enjoyed the fight. I just hate that my guy Santillan didn't win. But like I said, he was coming off a year layoff, so I had to fade him on the Channel Ross. But that was a good fight, though, man. I really enjoyed that shit.
You say Juto Nakatani, what round he won?
It was like in the mid rounds. I want to say like KO 6, something like that.
Oh, if it was KO 6, I got that in Champ Ross. What?
It was somewhere off in there. Yeah, you had a good bounce back week on the Champ Ross. I see you had like 16th place or something like that. So that's a good bounce back week.
Yeah, I was riding in the teens. I was like, oh, this is a good bounce. It could have been better, but I'll take 16. That's better than 20.
Yeah, I mean, you talking about 20 niggas better than 50. You know where your ass be at.
Why you bringing up old stuff?
Yeah, the week before you was tied for second to last or something, nigga. So let's not make it seem like 20s is the floor. Nigga.
It's not, but I'm saying at this point right now, it's better than 20.
Hey,
50, that seemed like so long ago.
Yeah, it was another fight. I'm gonna tell y'all something. We got Japan. Japan is tough to win, man. But the place that I'm seeing that's currently the toughest place to win is Germany. Boy, if you fade a fighter that fight out of Germany, in Germany, be prepared to lose. Like William Skull when he fought Vladimir Shishkin, everybody had Shishkin winning. They gave the fight to Skull. We had a fight this weekend. We had Murad Aliyev or something like that. He went against Labanat Zokaj or something like that. But Zokaj, he fight out of Germany. In the fight before last, he fought this other guy. I think he's from Ukraine or something like that. I can't remember his name though. He an Olympian, if I'm not mistaken. And they had him as a big favorite. They had Zojaj or Labanat as like a 28-1 underdog or some shit like that. And he won the fight by decision. This weekend, he was the underdog against Murad Aliyev. And they gave the decision to the German once again. So keep a lookout for that shit on your picks, man. If you see a fighter coming out of Germany and he fighting somebody in Germany, you probably want to take a look at that German. Square business. For real. They gonna win by
be knocking out somebody.
What'd you say?
That's he just needs to look like he can be knocking out somebody.
What you mean?
You saying he gonna win by hook or crook? I'm saying he just got to look like he doing something.
Oh yeah, if he go the distance, they gonna give it to him. Yeah, they ain't taking no shorts and no losses out there in Germany. Square business, they putting their hustle down, especially if it's some non-televised shit where the world can't see it, nigga. They can just get you over there in Germany and get you ducked off and do whatever they want to do. Your ass is coming home with a loss.
Unless you put that boy to sleep.
Yeah, that's the only way. Matter of fact, I picked Aliyev by knockout. I said, man, if you win this fight, you got to knock him out. Because if you go to the cards, you're in trouble. And he went to the cards, and his ass was in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Man. Yeah, so keep that in mind.
Good looking. I sure wish I had knew about the brother. Man, I just didn't know that. That was brand new to me. I'm looking at the older brother all different now.
Yeah, he ain't even got that same type of fire as the other brothers. Like he more laid back. He more like the surrogate father type motherfucker, you know. He looking after his little brothers and stuff. He the one that's level headed. He the ones that's gonna talk with some sense. Like he always been like that. I remember my boy Napoleon said he didn't like the Davis brothers because they remind him of the Charlos. I didn't say nothing, but I was thinking like you probably wouldn't feel that way about Kelvin though, because he more laid back. He more got the level headed attitude, you know what I'm saying? But like I said though, he really didn't want to box as a pro and shit. He had gotten to some business, like trucking and shit.
I feel that. Still wish I had knew it though. Damn. Yeah, like I said, picking him would be it'd be hard for me to do here going out, especially knowing that about his background. No knock at him or anything. It's just, hell, if this ain't what you want to be doing, why even put yourself into danger? Not to satisfy your brothers. You could have came back and managed them or whatever, but you putting yourself in danger by going out there and not being full-hearted.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool when you got the opponents that's, you know, there to lose, but when you step up and that motherfucker fighting back, then we get a chance to really see where you want to be. You want to be in the ring? Well, come back with something. If not, shit, we gonna get what we got on Saturday.
Because the way he was getting caught, his punches look amateurish. He didn't look professional, or maybe it was just the way Albright was catching him and just making his punches be thrown off. But he looked like he was like reaching more than punching, and he was getting caught and paying for it. When he was getting knocked back into the ring, the only thing I could see that he did kind of well was grab. That was it. He grabbed.
Yeah,
He
they got
sure
Bo Mac.
grabbed Albright.
Yeah, they got Bo Mac them out there looking crazy and shit, man. He ain't looking good in the fight. Then after the fight, they go do the shit that they done. Bo Mac and Terrence Crawford got to go apologize to a motherfucker and all that. And that's who I feel bad for. I feel bad for Bo Mac them, man, the crew. You know what I'm saying? They don't conduct themselves like that, man. None of they fighters do none of that shit. And now they got to go out there and be next to a motherfucker that's doing all that. And this supposed to be your new prize pupil. After Terrence Crawford, you got Keyshawn. You got somebody with some pedigree, 4.5 on the scale, a bona fide 4.5. This motherfucker winning silver at the Olympics, AIBA World Championships, all that shit. And they out there doing all this here. Yeah, I felt bad for Bo Mac now, man.
I didn't realize that Bo Mac went and apologized as well. I heard about Crawford apologizing, but I didn't know about Bo Mac.
Yeah, both of them. Well, that's what the report said anyway. Both of them apologized.
Wow. That's a lot to put on your people.
Yeah, I still been on my plant-based shit, man. I told y'all about last time. I thought this shit was fucking with my brain, but what it was is I was getting sick. One of my nostrils was stopped up and I wasn't getting oxygen to my brain. That's why I was feeling dumb. But since I ain't sick no more, shit, I'm good, man. I still been on the plant-based. The crazy thing is I had argued Hyphy down a few years ago. Man, we omnivores, man. We supposed to be eating meat and plants and all this type of shit. He tell me, man, look at a gorilla. That motherfucker jack ripped up out there. And they ain't eating no meat all day. Nigga, they eating plants all day. And we supposed to be eating plants. But now, shit, I'm on the plant base. You know what I'm saying? I should have listened to that motherfucker a long time ago because he knew what he was talking about. Shit, I've been feeling good, energetic. You know what I'm saying? All that shit.
Huh. My child tried plant-based. I don't know. I don't know. I done tried the plant-based food when she was doing it. I wasn't thrilled about it.
Yeah, you got to know what the fuck you doing all day long. Because when I first tried it, I ain't know what the hell I was doing. But now I got a lot more knowledge about the shit, and I don't even be thinking about me. Hell, it really done got to the point when I think about meat, it make me a little bit queasy. You know what I'm saying? Because I done got used to not having the shit. But you definitely got to stock up on your protein sources, man. If your protein ain't right, you fucked off.
I got an important question.
What's
Can I
up?
eat chicken?
Well, if it's chicken, it ain't plant based, but you can eat what you want to eat, bro.
Damn, the chicken can't. Whoo, you're
That
asking for a lot now.
Yeah.
I can give up. I can give up the cow, but the Boyard Pimp, I don't know, man. I can't let go of the Rooster's boy.
You like that yard bird, huh?
Man, the Yardbird got me hooked. You know what I'm saying? You can take a whole bunch from me, but you start messing with the bird, we gonna have a problem.
Yeah, I still
We
been
gonna
eating
have.
eggs. I still been eating eggs and shit though. Eggs
I
and
mean,
avocado and shit for
chicken.
breakfast.
Forget that egg. I'm talking about that bird.
Now I'm gonna tell you, when I first got on it, I was like, "Yeah, it's cool." But when I got up one morning and I looked in the mirror and I saw my body fat percentage was going down and the cuts was cutting a little bit more, and I seen my stomach start to look like washboard in this bitch, I said, "Oh yeah, I'm staying with this square business. I'm gonna stick with this. I like this." I wish I would have done this shit a long time ago, man. Real talk, but you live and you learn.
Yeah. Then you start getting old, and you be like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and roll with this right here for right now. But I found out something today. I went walking right with the wife. So, I'm finna prove a point. I can get out here and do it. So I got on some slides, right?
Yeah.
And we strike out walking. And I'm messing with my phone, getting some music in my ears, and she got her music going. And I know that every step I take should be like 2 for her, right?
Yeah.
I look up and my wife is like 10 feet ahead of me. So I'm like, I must have been chilling too hard listening to the music. So I pick up the pace a little bit to catch up. And thank God she stopped to change her station. I'm struggling trying to keep up with her while she walking. We didn't walk to the store. We get to the store. I'm breathing hard, but I'm doing that control breathe. Now the whole time it's hot than a beast outside. She got a little cool water bottle. She's spraying us down while we walking. I'm like, you need to open that and just pour it on me. So we coming on back to the house, and this where it started getting to me, Trey. I got these damn slides on, which I ain't gonna do that no more. I'm struggling trying to keep up. So now I done picked up a pace to the point. I'm breathing hard. I feel my heart is pounding. At one point, I thought I was seeing tunnel vision. Bro, when we finally made it to the house, I went straight to the bathroom, ran the tub, cut on the water in the tub, got in there because, bro, the heat that was out there, and on top of that, trying to keep up with my wife, who is younger than me, trying to keep up with her. I think she was walking a little fast on purpose because, she been practicing. She get her walk in regularly. I can only do mine on my off day with her. So I think she was like picking up the pace on me on the cool. I don't know why, but I just feel like she was walking a little extra fast today. Cause the other days it seemed like I was like right there. I was kind of proud of myself, like, yeah, I did good today. But yeah, I think she picked up the pace on me because it was hot outside. I don't know. I'm gonna be.
Were you walking and trying to hold a conversation at the same time?
Yeah, no, that was done with. I wasn't trying to talk. You was hard enough trying to keep up.
I'm gonna tell you, don't wear them punk ass slides no more.
Shoot, you ain't got to tell me. That was a good percent of the problem.
Yeah.
Trying to keep these hoes on and come on.
Exactly. And they'll fuck your back up because they change your gait. You got to change your gait to keep them on your feet. You can't just walk normally. So in time, they will fuck your back up. So don't even wear them punk ass slides. I hate slides. Put some fucking shoes on. You know what I'm saying? And make your gait be as naturally as possible.
Yeah, you sure right.
Yeah.
Cause
Yeah, a few
man.
months ago, not a few months, it's actually been a little while now. But I had hurt myself, so I wasn't in the gym. I had went to the fishing hole with my pops and shit. And at the fishing spot, they got this little trail that you can walk. And me and my pops was walking and talking. I'm trying to walk and hold the conversation. I was tired than a motherfucker. I said, yeah, I got to get back in the gym, man, because I'm out of shape. So that's why I asked you, was you trying to hold the conversation and walk at the same time? Because that will get a nigga if you ain't in shape. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shoot. I know about that too. But no, this was all the struggle of just keeping up and not looking bad. Because every time she looked back, I tried to straighten up and look like it's all good. I'm right here. When she turned around, nigga, it was like a whole different person back there.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm like, why is it so hot? The sun not even shining like that. It's just like somebody had turned the heat on like on bake or something. Like today temperature is bake.
Yeah. Hey, you said you've been watching them basketball games, huh?
Well, I mean, I found some channel NBA, and I'm seeing the games after they didn't happen. I'm seeing what they did to get there, and I'm like, those boys have been balling. Pascal, he surprised me, and the new guy, the Shea some, with the the league scorer.
Let's call him SGA, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
SG, him. That dude, that guy, they all balling, and I could honestly say I see the evolution of the game watching their positions and how they're running. And how can I put it? The game that I'm used to had a certain poetry to it. The game that they're doing now, it has that same poetry and fluidity. It's just different because the players are built different. They look different. They move different. But I saw some beautiful basketball out of Indiana, the New York Timberwolves, and Oklahoma City, and Memphis. I've seen some good basketball out of those teams, man. I'm really impressed. I don't know if I'm impressed enough to watch a season, but from what I've seen out of what they've showed, the games that they've showed on that channel, they balling, and it's I appreciate what they're doing and how they playing the game now. I'm not knocking it for not being physical because that's just not what they're doing. But the stuff that they are doing, it looks good, and it seems to be good basketball, especially when you got people that's willing to play defense like the teams that I have named. It's just that the better teams are really truly bubbling to the top. It looks good. And tomorrow is a game, and I plan on watching it when it comes on. So yeah, I'm interested. I want to see what happens. I want to see if Indiana can pull off and get a win. It would have been like 25 years, they say, something like that. And Oklahoma, it's just a toss up. Either one is as exhilarating to see who wins.
It ain't
because
shit
both teams haven't been there in a minute.
Yeah, ain't shit toss up about it though.
No, because
Indiana is vastly inferior to this Oklahoma City team. I had Oklahoma City in 5, but I'm gonna have to go 6 now because they let the motherfuckers come back and get that first win in OKC. They was up by like 15, 20 points, and they let the motherfuckers come back and get the win. I ain't too surprised in that though, because it's something called the home road dichotomy in sports, and you can calculate this shit. So like Oklahoma City, they are +4 at home as far as home road dichotomy. They have an average margin of victory of 16 points at home and an average margin of victory of 8 points on the road. So you take the 16, subtract the 8, they give you 8, divide by 2, they give you 4. So if a team is around 4 or above, that mean that they play much better at home than they do on the road. And if they inside of 4, that means that they can still a win on the road. And that's what Indiana is. They +6 at home and 0 on the road. So if you take the 6 minus 0, that's 6 divided by 2, that's 3. So that's inside of the 4. So they've been doing that shit all playoffs. Like they'll go and get some wins on the opponent's home floor. But if you look at the floor of the game, they constantly behind. When they play OKC, they constantly behind. They don't have spurts of the game where they got the lead. They are constantly behind against this team. So I done already seen that they inferior, but I do think it's a chance that they can get a win, especially in this first game in Indiana. Because like I said, OKC is not the best road team. They at around -4 as far as being on the road. They had a game against Minnesota. They actually lost by 42 points. So that illustrates how they can struggle on the road. And I know that Indiana, they gonna be rocking up in that bitch. They didn't expect to come home tied up 1-1. They expect to come home 0-2. So it's gonna be crazy in Indiana. They're gonna be playing with a bunch of energy. And I won't be surprised if OKC go over there and lose game 3. But I still think they're gonna win the series though, because I just think they're the much better team. You know what I'm saying, overall. But it's a good series though. I'm really happy for it. I didn't want to see a sweep, even though I said it is possible. I had went with the gentleman sweep, but I really hope he goes 7 because I just like seeing good sports, good basketball. I like both teams. They're young, got an average age of 26. So you ain't got them old heads like LeBron and all them niggas out there. You got all youngsters out here, up and down. So I like to see it, but yeah, OKC is vastly superior than this team, man. They just got to go out there and do what they got to do and bring it on home. You're on mute if you're talking.
Yeah, okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. And the dangers of people hearing what I'm about to say go against me saying I do not like Indiana. Inferior is a strong term. For one, I believe Indiana not inferior. It's just that they sticking to a certain game plan. Yeah, they behind every time, but at some point they end up chipping away and taking the lead and winning the game.
Yeah,
I
because
don't
they
know
in
if
such
it's
good shape and they come down the stretch real tough, but they constantly behind. And when I say that, I'm not talking about my eye test. I'm looking at strictly numbers. And that's what I go off of when it comes to sports. You'll never hear me really just hang my hat on what I think I see. And fuck that, nigga. What them numbers say? If they are what they supposed to be, I should see that in the efficiency numbers. If I don't see it, fuck that. That's the thing. I'm telling you, man. I might not should say this, but it is what it is. Going against me in team sports is not a winning proposition. I've been doing this shit since 2010. I've been just drenched in them numbers since 2010. Going against me in team sports is not a winning proposition. Your ass will lose because everybody coming with their opinions and their eye tests and all that shit, and I'm going straight to them numbers. I got a hell of a website, nigga. If I ever get some big money, I'm gonna give them motherfuckers a few thousand. I love these people. I'll give y'all the website. It's called teamranking.com. They got all the advanced stats. And I'm not gonna tell you what stats to look for though. But if you sharp enough to figure it out, you can go to teamranking.com and they'll give you everything you need to figure out basketball and football and baseball. I ain't really got the same type of knowledge with baseball because I'm just not interested in the sport to really, delve into it. But basketball and football, nigga, they got everything you need right there.
that's teamrankings.com or
Teamranking.com, nigga. I love them motherfuckers. They some nerds. I can't remember what college they went to, but they started off in a college dorm and they started tracking stats. They got stats that go way back to like 2009 or something, or 2008 or something. And they keep it all up there. And they give you everything you need, all the advanced stats, bro. Like it's beautiful. Like if you love that type of shit, you love numbers, you love statistics, nigga, it's like a fucking candy store for a kid, and they got everything you need. So whenever I come with my opinion about that shit, bro, that's where I'm getting it from. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no eye test with this shit, nigga. And the numbers say that they are not in the same class as OKC. And when I see it play out on the TV, I'm seeing it in real time. These people constantly ahead of them in double digits. Like, nigga, how the fuck can I think they on the same level and they constantly behind by double digits? Like, come on, man.
The numbers speak. Well, you just gave a class with that one.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, bro.
But I still gotta say, the basketball that I've seen being played, it deserves a hand clap. I'm like, I like the ball that I've been seeing. I like the game that I've been seeing. I've seen some stuff happening on the inside. They're giving me mid range. Nobody's just resting on the 3-point line. They're using the whole court as far as spots to shoot from. They got the court lit up in different spots. And I'm talking about every team. You know, the big men came in and they showed some ability on the inside and played like big men, as well as stepping out a little bit, which I can accept that. They didn't just, you know, it's been a mixture of it all. You know, I've seen inside game, mid-range game, 3-point game. I've seen defense played on the outside, on the perimeter, tight defense on the perimeter. I've seen great defense on the inside at the rim. It's been pleasing. I can't lie to you. I've been really impressed with what I've been seeing out of the people that's out there balling. And I see why they're calling these names the SG, SAG, and
Shea Gilgeous Alexander.
I'm gonna get it right one day. SGA and I think they calling him Prissy. No, not Prissy. Spicy P, Pascal, and the tall Caucasian guy. I don't know his name. What's his name?
Chet Holmgren for OKC.
Yeah, I think that's him. Tall, he can handle the ball. He got a nice little shot, but he proved himself in the paint at crucial times. You know, they're using him a certain way, but I still like his game. I think he got a high ceiling. It's just some guys.
He only had 5 points in game one.
I thought it was 6.
Well, it might have been 6, but that's the reason one of the reasons they lost. Like Shea Gilgeous Alexander, he was real aggressive in the first game, but to me it seemed like he was trying to do everything by himself. You know, you got teammates, nigga. You got a squad. Jalen Williams and all these motherfuckers, they can hoop, nigga, pass from the ball sometimes. Like, I want you to be aggressive and do your thing, but bro, you ain't out here by yourself. You ain't Allen Iverson with the fucking 76ers going against the Lakers in the finals. Nigga, you went to the finals with a squad. And in the second game, I like that he trusted his teammates more. And they made plays and they did what they had to do for him. Had Wiggins coming off the bench, hitting them threes and shit on the motherfuckers. I saw a stat that said whenever I think he in double digits, they 24-1. So shit, nigga, trust your teammates, bro. You ain't out here by yourself. I know you in the same mode as Kobe. You in the same mode as Jordan, that 6'6" motherfucker that's gonna break your defense down, got a mid-range game. You can shoot from the outside, you can do everything. But at the same time, you got to trust your teammates, man. This is a team game. And as long as he trusted teammates, I don't think Indiana got nothing for him. Except for the home road dichotomy. That's it. But and plus the pace. Because they in some great shape. They're going to run. They're going to keep putting that pressure on you for 4 quarters, 48 minutes. But outside of that, when it comes to straight talent, skill, togetherness, all that type of shit, nigga, give me OKC all day long.
I got a strong question. Seeing that you break it down like that, how oh my gosh, the baby girl just kills me. How strong would you rate SGA's? I mean SAS.
Say it with me, brother. Shea Gilgeous Alexander.
Shea Gilgeous Alexander.
Yes.
That is terrible. I'm just killing this poor young man's name.
He a monster too.
That part. You don't think they can? You don't think is he unbreakable? Is he in that mode? Is he truly in that league with Kobe and Jordan as far as that mentality of winning over everything?
Man, that motherfucker 26 and he averaging like 36 points in the playoffs or some shit like that. Hell yeah, he up there. I don't know if it's gonna last like them. You know, they withstood the test of time. He's still young, so that's yet to be seen. But he done averaged like 30 for like the last 3 years, the last 3 seasons. He in the playoffs, going deep, playing good basketball. This year they went 7 games against a former champion in the Denver Nuggets, and they learned how to win close games. And I just felt like that just made them mature. You know what I'm saying? So I think the arrow is pointing up on this kid. He don't seem like he real wild. He already married and all that type of shit. So he seemed like he grounded. He a great teammate. He ain't all about himself, even though I felt like he tried to do it by himself in the first game. But overall, he not selfish, man. He shared the spotlight with his teammates. After the game, they do the press conference. The post-game interview as a team and shit. He ain't up there by himself. Man, it's a lot to like about this kid, bro. Square business. I definitely think he up there. And the reason I make that comparison is because he ain't relying on the three like everybody else. He is in the paint. He getting to the bucket. He is in the mid-range. And he'll step back and hit the three every now and then. Like, he can score on all levels. So that's why I give him that type of credit, man. But he is a bad motherfucker.
Wow, that's high praise. And from from what I've seen, I didn't realize he's 6'6".
He don't look 6'6", but that's what they say he is.
Wow. Yeah, because I didn't realize. I thought he was more like maybe 6'4.5", 6'5".
I was thinking 6'4", but they say he's 6'6".
Okay, so he got that height mode between 6'8", 6'6", and 6'8". That's, to me, that's the in between those two numbers is as good as you're gonna get with a point guard. That's 6'9". That's just, that's Magic Johnson, his own thing. But yeah, I see he get to the hole smoothly, and he got a nice looking jump shot.
And that team defense is just crazy. That motherfucker Caruso, he back there looking like Ed Reed playing safety back there. Them niggas trying to get them deep passes. Caruso coming out of nowhere, picking that shit off on them niggas. I'm talking about every time them niggas get the ball, it's hands, just knocking shit free, picking shit off. Like, man, I love that team, man. I love a team that can play defense and offense. I remember my pops told me a long time ago. He said, man, it don't matter if a nigga scored 28 points in the game, if his man got 30. That became the basis for the way I look at sports. Fuck how much they score and all that, nigga. What's the differential? That's what it's about. If you got 28 and your man got 30, nigga, you -2. But if this other nigga got 25 and this man got 20, he +5. So the simple people, they'll look at, well, this nigga had 28, he had the better game. Now, the nigga that had 25 had the better game because his man only had 20. And that's what it's all about when it comes to breaking down team sports.
Boy, tonight is one of those nights that people could learn.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say that if this was like a real big channel, I wouldn't even be saying all that shit. I don't like people learning my shit. But y'all my partners, though, so I'll tell you a little something. I can't give you the whole game, though, but I'll give you a little something, though. You know what I'm saying?
It's enough to point a person if they hungry and they looking to learn it. It's enough to point them in the right direction, like you said. Most people would just put up a roadblock.
At the same time, I did the home road dichotomy that I told y'all about. That did not come from me. That came from a guy named Joe Duffy. He's actually on YouTube. And I learned about that shit probably back in like 2012, 2011, somewhere off in there. And it definitely does help. You can't just use it solely and become profitable, but it can keep you out some bad situations because you understand how the home road dichotomy works. You know what I'm saying? But all the other shit I be saying, that shit come from me. Like if I say the offensive efficiency times the defensive efficiency times the pace plus or minus the home road dichotomy, that come from me. I got that last part from him, but the rest of that shit come from me. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, you drop the crumbs and so people can be led in the right direction if they looking to learn, if it's something they're interested in. Big Bro agreed with you. He said it should be 2-0.
Yeah, man. They let him come back and get that shit. I was sick too, because I was just at the barbershop talking shit. Me and my partner Maine, that's the dude that cut my hair and shit. We both OKC. We going against all them other niggas. It was a cool crowd though, mainly old school guys like in their 50s and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm being respectful, but at the same time, I got to stand on what I'm standing on. And we had fun. We just talking shit. But I was sick when them niggas went and lost that game. And my other old school partner, he was talking about, man, hey, I'm gonna let y'all niggas know if Indiana win this game one, ain't a chance in hell, OG. And they went out there and beat them, man. I was sick.
I'm sitting here tripping because I'm like, you said, I'm sitting chilling with some old school, like 50 or something. I'm like, damn, that's me.
Yeah, you be
I got to get used to being in that. I got to get used to it because all my people, they don't look old school. Don't nobody look old school yet.
They say black don't crack, huh?
They not lying because and my mind is still young and vibrant.
Yeah.
I love hanging out with the wife. I ain't going out there in that hot ass heat like that no more. I'm gonna be prepared next time. She got this little thing that you put some water in, put it in the freezer so you can put it on your neck. A fan that blow water. I'm gonna be prepared next time. Because I can't lose. I can't be losing like that, bro. I can't do that.
Nah, your body just got to adjust to that shit, bro. You done got soft because you always in the air conditioning shit. I went through the
Shit.
same thing. I got soft too, nigga. I'm working out just in the gym and all that type of shit. I ain't in the garage no more. I ain't out in the heat and shit. I done got soft as a motherfucker. So it is what it is, bro. You just got to get used to it again.
Yeah, that's the good way to help me look at it. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been thinking about, like, yeah, I worked in the oil field. I was always, one of my things that I psyched myself up on was how I could be out there in that heat, messing with those hoses and throwing those pipes with those youngsters, letting them know, but y'all ain't doing nothing out here. Y'all ain't doing nothing. Come on, keep up. Nah, I mess around and go out, like you said, I go out anywhere that ain't got no AC for more than 10 minutes. I'm like SpongeBob around that bitch, dried up, looking crazy when he is just straight oxygen.
How many steps y'all get in on the walk?
She said we did 3 miles. I wasn't prepared for that.
But how many steps though did it say?
Oh, I have to ask her because I don't know how many steps it was.
3
I kind of
miles.
went deaf for a minute.
Walk. Yeah, that's a good walk. 3 miles.
Yeah, it is for somebody who been practicing it. It's not for somebody who ain't.
Yeah, y'all might have got like about 8,000 steps or something like that. That's pretty good.
Okay, let me go ahead. Good job, T. Good job. But still, I'm going out with it with all the comforts of you call me soft. I call my damn self soft. We gonna have, like you said, we gonna have to get used to that. But right now, yeah, I'm going with the cool rag and all that. Water blowing fan.
Yeah, your body
Yeah.
adjusts to that shit, man. It adjusts to the cold and the heat. That's why when the later in the year you gain a little weight, you start getting cold, your body gonna give you a layer of adipose tissue for some insulation. And then once it get hot, your body will shed that shit. That's one reason I was sick when I had lost the bet in the NFL that we had made. I had us taking the fucking Miami Dolphins over the fucking Green Bay Packers, and it was in the winter. I wasn't even thinking about this shit. So I got Miami coming from this warm weather, sunshine, feeling good outside, going up to Green Bay in the winter time. It's cold in the bitch, and it's at nighttime. Them niggas was shivering like a motherfucker on the sideline, teeth chattering loud the bitch. You could damn near hear the teeth chattering through the damn TV. And they went out there and got slaughtered. Like, because their body is just not used to that. Green Bay, they got the insulation for the cold. Miami, they ain't got it. So it's like they went to a whole nother planet down there. Like them motherfuckers done went from Mercury to Mars and went out there and got destroyed out there. So that's the kind of shit you got to keep in mind. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you'll get used to it again, man, once your body adjusts and shit.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna be working on it. I'll keep y'all posted if I fall out of something, cause I damn they called the Uber to get back to get back home. My wife had me out there. I'm struggling trying to keep up. I'm about to call a ride like a motherfucker. I got to get back to the house with the AC, the fan.
Let me ask you this: did you feel any pain in your feet?
No.
Well, you went.
I didn't feel any. Yeah, I didn't feel any pain.
Yeah, you went.
I just felt the beat down of that heat and that fast pace that she had me at. Never in my days have I ever thought that my wife could walk at a pace to have me struggling to keep up.
Yeah, but you ain't had no foot pain, man. That shit sounds beautiful. Shit, I'm 5'9" on a good day, and I wear a size 13 for the most part. Hell, there's some shoes. I had some Adidas that was a 14. And that shit was cute when I was young. Everybody, be laughing at my feet and shit. Now that I got old, I be having foot problems. That's one reason why I switched over to the plant-based shit, man. I was eating high protein, animal protein, building up them purines in my blood and shit. Started getting gout and having foot problems. So once I got off that shit, I've been on the plant-based. I ain't been having that same type of pain in my feet. And nigga, I be almost wanting to just thank God. Like I be in a spirit of gratitude, just not to feel that pain. I can get out there and get my steps in, get my workout in. Ain't got to feel no pain. You take that shit for granted when you're young, and then you start getting a little bit older and start getting to make some pains. Like, man, but I'm thankful though.
I feel you. I hear you 100%. Yeah. I don't have a bunch of aches and pains. I got the injury. That's pretty much the most pain I got. Every once in a while, I might hurt something because I get to moving real fast and doing stuff that I should have slowed down on a long time ago. I'm still trying to, in my mind, I'm still trying to prove to myself, yeah, you can still do this. You can still do that. I'm still testing myself every day. I'm testing myself on just, in some people's mind, it probably just, that's crazy stuff. But I still want to see how quick I could react on certain things. If something go down, I want to know how quick I can still move and get myself in a position where I'm safe. Or if I have to go to the offensive, I'm constantly thinking like that. So I'm steady. I'm always doing the move. I did that shit one day going into the back of the store and hit a puddle, which I was pissed because the puddle shouldn't have been there. I was more mad that mother made me do the split and end up under the sink. Now, one, I don't know how to do the split.
Yeah.
So you could see my amazement when it happened. And I ended up sitting on the floor for about 5 minutes because I needed to catch my breath and my way of thinking, because somebody needed to be hurt. I just didn't know who it was. I was going to surely ask, and if they told me they didn't do it or they didn't know, I was going straight to the films. Bro, I'm telling you, I was livid. Then I calmed myself down.
Yeah.
And realized that when you was coming out the office, you had moved the bucket over because you was mad that the bucket was there in the first place and it hit the wall and some water splashed out. I played all back, and I realized that the person that slammed me down on the floor and did the split was myself.
Yeah.
Let my mind, I got upset. Instead of just thinking calmly, saying, you know what, somebody probably was busy and forgot. Now I was like, y'all know that this bucket not supposed to be here. Why is this bucket here? But, it is what it is.
Shit, I'm glad you didn't get seriously hurt.
I'm glad too, but I don't want to do the splits no more.
Yeah.
Man, it hurt, bro. I'm telling you. It hurt like all by my knees. I felt it in my calf muscles. This shit had my toes like crunched up to the point that I caught a cramp in my foot.
Damn.
I had to take my shoes off and force my big toe back straight. That's how bad this split hurt.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to have that happen again.
Bro, goodness.
Whew. Just thinking about it. Eric R in the building. Salute, fam.
Luke,
He said, gout ain't nothing nice.
He said, gout? Oh, yeah, hell yeah. Fuck that gout, man. I don't want to never feel that shit no more. Nigga barely
Man,
walking down the block.
I thank God that I got my immune system and my metabolism, all that kind of stuff has been on pretty much high alert. Big E will tell you if you used to know, I'm a slim guy. No matter what I eat, it just burns up. It burns up off of me. The gaining weight thing was a surprise to me. I had never been able to gain weight until I actually got hurt. Once I got hurt, that's when I realized that I could hold 200 plus pounds. Something I never dreamed that I would ever make.
You're an ectomorph. There are three basic body types. You got ectomorph, endomorph, and mesomorph. Most of the population are mesomorphs. Those are the guys that got like the triangle shape. Like they got the wide shoulders with the small waist. The endomorphs, none of the motherfuckers with the big shoulders and the barrel chest. And then the ectomorphs are the guys that's real slim all around with the high metabolism, can't gain no weight, and all that type of shit. So that's why. Then you got older, metabolism slow down, activity slow down. Next thing you know, you're 200 plus.
But that ain't happened yet. That's what I'm trying to say.
What are you now?
Right now, at this point, I'm 215 pounds.
Well, you thought you'll never be 200, so you over 200, nigga. It has happened. The hell you talking about?
I guess we can say it with that, you know.
Yeah, it done happen. That is just like me. I ain't the biggest motherfucker. I'm small as hell, but shit, I done gained some weight. You know what I'm saying? My metabolism done slowed down and shit. I mean, compared to like high school, I'm 185 right now. High school, I was like 165, 172 at the most. Now I'm 40, shit slowing down. I'm routinely 185. Even when I'm in shape, 185. It's part of life. By the time I'm in my mid 50s, I'll probably be 195, 200 walking around.
Dang. I'm just sitting here thinking. In high school, I'm thinking I'm small because I was 189. And I carried that to college. And damn, you was wow.
189 and 6'5", yeah, that is pretty slim.
Whoa, take it easy.
I mean, it is what it is.
I was basketball cut up though. Run like a gazelle. Jump one like two.
I was cut up too. Bench pressing almost twice my body weight. 165, I could get up 315. Shit, it's most niggas that won't never bench 315 in their whole life.
Or lift their body weight.
I was 165 benching 315. I could do it twice, two rep max. So yeah, I was cut up too. I ain't got that strength no more. My connective tissue don't be holding up. My wrist and elbows and shit, they sore as the motherfucker right now. I be doing reps of 225 with no spot. So I just get what I can get. But the last time I overestimated myself. I tried to get that last rep. I said, man, I know I can get the last rep in, man. I went down, that motherfucker went up about halfway and went right back down. And it wasn't nobody to ask for no help, nigga. I had to just roll that shit up to my waist and then stand up and let the shit fall. Then I had to deadlift the motherfucker, put it on the bench so I can get the weights off and shit. Now, after I done all that, now here come a motherfucker talking about, man, you got it? Nigga, you should have been saying that shit when I was about to die. I'm down there about to die. You don't say nothing. Then when I get the shit under control, you want to come ask the nigga, do I got it? Like, nigga.
Oh man, that boy sitting over there looking around the corner, peeking at you, struggling like.
Struggling
Let
like
me
a
see what they
motherfucker
gonna
about
do.
to die.
Let me see what they gonna do. Oh,
No,
okay,
nigga
that's
ain't
smart.
got no spot.
Okay, so if I get caught in a situation like that, that's what you do. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Say, player, you all right? You all right? You good?
Yeah. I love
I
the
just
gym.
noticed you over you.
Crunch Fitness go hard, but the only thing is every man for himself. Since I done been there, I only got a spot one time. This white dude was like, man, let me get a spot. And I said, all right, man, I got you, but let me get a spot afterwards. That's the only time I done got a spot, man. Everything else, you on your own, nigga. So you got to, it really kind of hurts you from going all out because you keep on leaving a rep in the chamber because you scared to go for that last rep. Because if you overestimate yourself, nigga, you on your own. For real.
I can see myself right now. Trying to push that bitch off because I didn't overestimate it. That's my problem. I would get right up under there and overestimate. Be sitting there trying to figure it out. Okay, he said roll it down like this to your waist. And then roll it off your knees and let that bitch hit the ground. Okay, I got that.
And I can't lie, I was embarrassed because I go to a pretty strong gym. Them motherfuckers be in there chunking up some heavy ass weights. I'm talking about, nigga, they putting 365 on that bitch doing reps. They got a spot and shit, but they strong in that bitch. So when I got the damn 225 up halfway and it's going back down, yeah, that was embarrassing as a motherfucker. I ain't gonna even lie.
That's
Straight.
probably why they didn't give you no spot. Oh, he got that. That ain't nothing.
Yeah, that ain't shit, nigga. 225. Now I will say they all a lot bigger than me. You know, I'm the little nigga off in there doing my thing, but they definitely very strong. And I'm talking about all races, black, white, Mexican. I done seen a bunch of them going there chunking up some heavyweight up in that bitch. And they let you get your paper in there too. Like that other gym. What's that gym everybody go to with the purple and the black and shit?
You talking?
Planet Fitness. They don't like you to go hard in there. They got that lunk alarm and all that kind of shit. Nigga, Crunch, nigga, they gonna let you slam the weights and grunt and holler and scream and do whatever you got to do up in that bitch. That's why I like them. They got a bunch of eye candy walking around off in there and shit. Give you a little testosterone boost so you can get this last rep in there. You know what I'm
Must
saying?
didn't work for you that day.
Yeah, it worked that day for sure.
Forget that. I can see the embarrassment now. I didn't know that you got that eye candy walking around like the ring girls.
Yeah, I'm off in there trying to work, trying to show out and shit. Cause I really like I do like some drop sets. It's really I don't even know how to explain it, but like I start out with the heavier shit, then I go down. So I really done already done what I had to do. And so then these two females, they come all in front of me and shit, and they were kind of strong. They was doing some squat presses. I said, man, let me go ahead and crank this shit back up. Let me go and get one more setup in this motherfucker before I get up out of here. And that's what I went and done what I done. Yeah, I already killed myself.
Oh my God, the story is opening up even more. He said they were strong.
Yeah, they were. They were very strong for some females. They got some girls in there that can hit 225. For
Ooh,
like
good for her.
for like one or two reps. Yeah, it's this black woman off in there, man. She got some big ass shoulders. And she got up under there and hit that shit. 225. Yeah. They up in there working, nigga. They ain't setting up no cameras trying to make some videos for TikTok. Them women up in that bitch getting it. I be feeling kind of proud of them. Like they be walking out the gym sweaty, like they been in there working. They ain't in there just trying to look good and think they God's gift to the gym. And nigga, they might got this. They might be scantily clad with they attire, but they in there working though. They working.
What kind of attire?
They scantily clad. That mean they ain't wearing shit. Yeah, nigga. I don't
Oh
know
man.
who invented leggings, but whoever invented leggings and them legging shorts they be wearing at the gym, that motherfucker deserved a Nobel Peace Prize. Square business. Shit, I googled the other day who invented leggings. They said leggings been around for like the 1800s or something. So they can't pinpoint it to one person. But whoever got these modern women going to the gym in these leggings, in these legging shorts, that motherfucker deserve an award. Something for Christmas or something.
This man said he's so impressed with it. He looked it up. Who made these?
Yeah. For real, I googled this.
Let me throw his name in the hat. He deserves something, cause my goodness, I ain't been this moved since the tire, the wheel.
Yeah,
Woo. That boy, he said, y'all ever seen that video where the dude say, "You good, coach?" Meanwhile, coach looking DOA on the floor.
Nah, I ain't seen them.
Me either. That boy say the devil made leggings.
Yeah. I want to know who made that the official attire of the gym for women. Like literally 90%, 95% of the women in the gym are wearing leggings or them cutoff leggings. Like, damn, when the fuck that shit become the official uniform of the gym? But they be in there with them.
What's that lady that used to exercise back in the day with the leotard on and some leggings? Jane, I want to say Jane Fonda. She was like one of the first exercise people. Back in the day, you could get her videotape. She was wearing leggings way back then. Maybe some babe got up and was like, you know what? I'm finna take it another level. This time I'm wear my leggings. All of a sudden, a new era was born.
And it's her.
It only take one. It's like anything else. It only take one to drop it in the water. If it's enough dye in it, it's gonna change the color slightly, and it's gonna just pick up.
Yeah, but that shit crazy because any gym that you see, they all wearing that shit all across America. They all wearing this shit. They post them videos on social media. They all wearing the same shit.
That boy D-Lo say women wear them shits everywhere around here. All women, all races, petite to gigantic. Ooh. Daddy. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, bless you.
Appreciate you. Man.
Yeah, I will give a breakdown on the fights coming up this weekend, man. It's a bunch of motherfuckers that I don't know nothing about. So I
was about to say, I got them posted.
Yeah, you got them posted, but shit, I don't know a lot about these guys off the top of my head. So I can't even come with nothing. I mean, I of course I recognize quite a few of them, but yeah, I can't give you too much. Like as far as these matchups and shit go.
I feel you.
Like I know Mercado, Andy Cruz, Richardson Hitchens, Nonito Donaire, Kurt Scobie, Brandon Glanton, O'Hara Davies, Andrew Tabiti. I recognize all of them just like y'all do. But their opponents, I don't know nothing about the motherfuckers, so I can't really say shit.
I feel where you're going.
They got Francisco Estrada fighting too. Coming off that ass whooping he took from Bam.
See how he gonna look coming back. I wish I could have bought stock in leggings.
Oh, real talk.
Shoot, you have to be old in the mug then.
That shit look like it ain't going nowhere too.
Why would he go somewhere? They like socks now.
I know, but they done had little styles in the past that were looking good, and they went somewhere. I remember when I was young, the girls used to wear them skirts. They were like half shorts, half skirt, and they were looking good off of them skirts too. When I was young, they left. Then they had them knickerbockers. Y'all remember them knickerbockers?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were looking good in them, and they left. So shit. But the leggings look like they got a little more staying power, though. I guess because they more comfortable to them.
Am I tripping? Are you talking about stretch pants?
Yeah, you know what the fuck some leggings are, right? Don't tell me you showing your age. Y'all call them stretch pants. Nigga, we call them leggings, brother. I ain't heard not one person say nothing about no stretch pants.
No, I'm just making sure that I'm making the lingo change over. I'm just making sure that I'm changing the right lingo over to the right garment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So okay, yeah, we talking about the same shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are comfortable and they evil. They evil as shit because they have you sitting there like looking and imagining. Yeah, I remember my wife. She had the skirts. Then she had the capris, and then she had the mini skirt. We done went through all those damn phases.
Yeah, see the capris, they was like the knickerbockers, but longer. I remember that era and shit too. But I'm gonna tell you, the most evil garment of all time is a sundress. The sundress is the undisputed champion of garments for women, and they so simple. Little old $5-10 sundress, nigga, and how you fucked up.
That sundress will make you walk into a wall.
Well, yeah,
make you say, "Wait a minute, baby, come here real quick. Just stop right there, right in front." Oh yeah,
mm-hmm. Yeah.
You ain't finna go nowhere. Where you think you're going with that?
Yeah, sundress number 1, number 2. I'm gonna say the legging shorts, and number 3, I'm just gonna say the full leggings. Those are the top 3 undisputed champions.
Yeah.
Pound for pound, I should. Them top 3 pound for pound. But the undisputed champion is a sundress.
That sundress.
That shit.
Oh yeah.
There will never be a time where women don't look good in the sundress, and don't let them have them fucking micro braids to go with it. Oh man, you just fucked up, man. I am anyway. Shit. Them goddamn micro braids are tough, boy.
Look at Eric. Oh, he said we got to merge leggings with fishnet for the next phase. This boy went all the way to another level.
Yeah.
I think oh no, that's like a lace. It's like on the side going all the way down. It's like a tie that hold it together.
Yeah, that
he said those Umbro salsa shorts were bad. The salsa shorts, like almost like a cheerleader skirt with the spank connected to it. He said when he was in high school and middle school. Yeah, I think that's the cheerleader skirt with the spanks connected to him. Talking to D-Lo.
Yeah, me D.
How we get over here?
About the same age.
Man.
I don't even remember the Umbro shorts, though. I'm gonna have to Google them so I can refresh my memory. But shit, man, I'm probably about to go ahead and get off and go find me something to eat, man. You know me. Shit, I'm hungry the motherfucker. I've been on this plant-based shit. One thing about it, nigga, you got to eat. You got to get them calories up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, man. So appreciate you letting me come on, man. Cut up with your little bit. Salute to everybody off in the chat. Keep it rolling with the Champ Ross picks, old school, OG. You did good this past week. Let's go ahead and get in the top 10 this week. I'm probably my luck probably gonna be bad as hell because I'm currently number 10, but I don't deserve to be number 10 because Chan Ross made a mistake with that Abdullah Mason fight. He posted him in KO5 and he had KO4 and gave me a bonus. So I'm probably gonna pay. I'm probably gonna pay for that shit. The universe don't let me get away with nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you,
Right.
even me coming in talking about, hey man, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Going against me in combat sports, they gonna get me for that too. I can't get away with talking like that, nigga. I am not supposed to brag at all. Anytime I brag, that shit comes down hard on me, nigga. Like I am not allowed to brag. I came in here and bragged talking about we did good with the boxing picks. Nigga went on a losing streak like a motherfucker. I'm talking about I'm losing best that I ain't even supposed to be losing. Like when Patty Donovan fought Lewis Risson, putting hands and feet on that motherfucker. Then he hit him after the bell and get disqualified and we lose the goddamn bet. Then we had the hedge with TKV and David Adelaide. TKV out there boxing that boy up. Looked like he gonna get a win. Then they get in the clinch. The referee yelled break twice. He grabbed TKV glove when he breaking him. Adelaide hit him with a left hook and the referee count him out. Then we got Emmanuel Navarrete. He fight against that what's his name? Warrior. I can't remember. I can't think of his name, man. I think he's from the Philippines. Southpaw, Olympian. Hit Navarrete with the left hand and opened up a cut on it. Referee ruled the shit a headbutt. Go to the cards. Navarrete win a technical decision, and recently they changed it to a no contest. Then I got this fight right here that I told y'all about earlier, Justice Hooney versus Fabio Wardley. Putting hands and feet on Fabio Wardley. Then he win a lottery winning right hand and get the guy up out of there. And we lose once again. You know what I'm saying? Now I have had some wins sprinkled in there, but I done had a whole bunch of misfortune coming my way here lately. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna pay for it, man, because I'm often here bragging and shit, talking about I'm good. But I ain't gonna talk y'all to death, man. Appreciate you letting me get on. I'm gonna come back, chop it up with you next time. Come back with something. Salute.
Salute. That boy D-Lo saying, passing on bets, you know we should have jumped on. He said spandex was the first phase of the leggings movement. I remember that old spandex there, Eric. Or Keyshawn Davis exposed. Yep, that's what happened tonight. We spoke on that real heavy on it. Eric R say Buffy the Body was the Rosa Parks of the leggings era. Buffy the Body. Those damn leggings. The ones that look like those old school suckers. They had those colors like that. You remember the sucker look like it's shaped like a Christmas tree, but it's like different colors that you can kind of like see through it though. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but for those who do, yeah, that was a good sucker. And that's what her leggings remind me of. We ended up talking about leggings. I don't know how we got on there, but it is what it is. I'm finna go ahead and watch a movie. Enjoy the rest of my night. Once again, I gotta say thank you to all of you guys who've been riding with me since I've been on here. Pecos Bill and all that kind of stuff. Holding me down on the channel. I just gotta say thank you. Big E, Trey X, D-Lo, Hyphy, you Eric R, Rod X, Urge to Purge, Armin Brown, 09, Dimps Design. Speaking of one of those who keep holding it down and helping me right along, D-Lo 404. What's up?
Yeah, man, I had to come back in because I said I would. I'm about to tap out, but I said, man, I'm going to get back on. I told the man I was going to hop back on. But yeah, I was going to add this about those. I was talking about how these jokers wear those pants everywhere around here. Man,
Yeah.
hey, you don't even want to go be out in the store with your lady, man. You just can't. I'm talking, it'd be so bad. She'll comment about it. Like, man, ain't no better than wearing it out of the house or whatever. You know, at least if she wears something like that, she gonna have a long shirt on. Some of these women, man, they be doggone with a belly shirt on and then still have on leggings. They looking
Preach.
like, hey, some of them be down bad, be looking like they got an algae eater in their pants.
This man said an algae eater. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. That's
Come on now. That ain't cute.
I feel you, and I feel your pain because you can't imagine what be coming in and out of the doors of that store.
Yeah, I
And I'll be
know.
like
And
for
I
real?
don't get out much. And I know. Shoot, I try to stay out these stores, not just for that reason, but I just try to stay out these doggone stores, man. And as much as I can, get my gas and stuff like that, and might run in and right back out.
Yeah, that's all it takes for you to run in and run out. And
Right.
you're going to see about 15
Can't
to 20 of
be at the gas pump. They be showing out now. They be showing out for sure. And then man, some of them jokers just as bad with the short, man. Like we was at a kids park this past weekend. We had my wife's sister kids. We had them at this park. Took us to the park on Sunday. And man, it was women out there with their butt cheeks hanging out, man, looking crazy. And I'm like, man, y'all out here with all these kids showing on y'all behind and whatever else. Being over, you gonna show more than that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, this is ridiculous. But I guess this is how it is.
Was it like ridiculous, or was it like ridiculous?
It was just ridiculous. I mean,
Oh, okay.
I mean, the good thing I will say about it, the two women that I'm thinking about, they didn't really have, you know what I'm saying? They weren't really like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They weren't really caked up or nothing. You know what I'm saying? They just okay. But yeah, I mean, still, like, God dang.
Okay. I just, I want to make sure that I was understanding the severity of,
Yeah, they'd have been show enough, you know, blessed with the buns, with the cakes, the yams, it would have been a different story. But no, it wasn't like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
it
said
wasn't like,
you fell out that line too soon.
yeah, it wasn't like that. But it was still, it was a bit much.
I feel you, man. I appreciate the sacrifice that you make for all. Because it's hard. It's hard when you married and the people just coming out of nowhere. You're like, wait a minute, I wasn't even prepared for that. She was half naked coming out of that store.
Right.
Wait, she ain't got on no clothes, and she ain't got on no clothes, and all of a sudden, I'm starting to see a lot of those. It's a lot of transformers. It's like they've been hiding over the winter.
Man, I don't try to think about that.
You know what I'm saying? Like they was hiding over the winter. I guess the operation.
I seen one of them there, but it was actually a one trying to be a dude. But I was like,
What?
man, yeah, it was a white woman. Swore she was a guy trying to mash her titties, trying to mash her titties up, but couldn't because they were too big, and just looking foolish.
So she was pretending like she was buff. So she couldn't hide them all the way.
I
So
don't
she
know
walked.
she just looked crazy, man. See, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I don't know. I don't really want to get into all that. I don't want to say nothing offensive to nobody, but
Yeah,
man,
let's not.
I just shook my head, man. I was like, come on.
And the world turns.
Then I'd be like, what do these jokers do? They like just watch some old shows or something, be like, yeah, this is what a guy would dress like. This is how I should walk. This is how I should stand. Like, what the heck? He's like, man, looking crazy.
Oh man, this is how I walk. This is how I talk. This is how I stand. Look here, I'm a man.
Right. And then it makes it bad. It was a woman with her, and it was a kid that was probably about like 5 or 6, little boy. And I was like, man, he gonna be confused.
Couldn't get my drink out fast enough to say, don't say it. But you said it.
Yeah, he go. Yeah, I don't know.
Politically, we shouldn't have said that. But being who we are, say what you got to say.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Yeah, that's yeah. Like I said, man, it's wild. But yeah, and then I work with some people like that too, man. And I when I talk to them, man, I just start talking. Like anybody else, I kind of greet them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I just be like very careful because I don't be want to say
The
him,
wrong
her,
thing.
none of that. So if I just be, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't even address them like with any kind of what they call them pronouns.
Yeah.
I just don't address them. I just like if I say anything, I might call them by the name. But see that thing about it, like if I've always known you in one thing, and now all of a sudden you want to be called something else, it's kind of hard for me to do that. So I just don't say nothing because I've been to say the wrong name.
What's up, Mike? I said my name was Michelle.
Right. And then next thing you know, I'm having to go do ethics and sensitivity training and all. I'm about to lose my job because I was trying to have a conversation.
Oh yeah, because you part of the diversity
Yeah.
group that Trump trying to. Did I say that out loud?
All right. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah, well, I said,
Man,
shit, it be rough, man. I was like, man, it
now my
crazy.
pronoun should be. I need an adjective. Describe me as Rich
Yeah,
Wallace.
yeah,
I identify with being filthy rich,
yeah,
and
man.
I
Too
demand.
bad it don't work like that. Hey, they said, listen, I heard that what I'm saying, like these kids nowadays, if they come to school and they want to identify as a cat, the teacher has to respect that. And yeah, like if they want to say that they want to come to school and say they identify as a cat and they want to wear, dress themselves like a cat or whatever. The teacher can't put them out the class. They gotta respect it and all. They gotta let them, all that. I'm like, man, that's insane. So
Really, is that?
if I go to work tomorrow and I want to identify that like I'm the CEO of the company, could I do that? No. CEO for the day. I just came in to give out bonuses.
Oh wow!
Him going back, him going back home tomorrow. I just come back as a regular person, enjoy my bonus.
If
Yeah,
only.
it's
Yeah,
crazy, man.
I'm a cat. Really?
Yeah, that's what they said. They want to be a bird, cat, whatever. They let them do it.
So when they call Roe, what
I guess they say meow.
so you want meow mix for lunch?
Yeah. They probably do that. They probably do come bring cat food to school to eat it, and they got left.
Oh wow!
I don't know.
I
I
just
don't know
can't
how.
imagine
I don't know how deep it go, man. But it's just crazy
the
to me.
fact that it's making a headline that you could pick up somewhere means it's going too far.
Yeah, it's awful.
Man, I'm going to school and I'm gonna be Morris the cat tomorrow. Next week I'm gonna be Felix the cat.
Right. There'll be Riff Raff the next day. It'll be Heathcliff, Mondo.
Tom.
He'll just keep on going. What's the little bully cat name used to be on Tom? The one that act like he was a little mafia cat. The one you
Uh,
roll the sleeve up. You know what I'm talking about? The
I don't
little bad.
remember that cat's
No. He
name.
wasn't a cat. He was a mouse. He was a mouse.
That's Muscles.
Yeah, was Jerry Cousin or whatever. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
his name was Muscles. That was
Muscle,
Jerry's cousin.
muscle
Muscles the
mouse.
mouse.
Yeah, that was something else.
Oh yeah, I remember I had told y'all I had Muscles that came up in my house, but we got rid of Muscles.
Oh boy, yeah, I forgot about that.
We got rid of Muscles, man. Muscles is rest in peace.
Where he need to go.
That's right.
Hey,
We was on a hunt up in here.
all that outside out there.
And he had to run his ass up in here trying to.
Want to be here for.
Well, it is what it is. Cause yeah.
Deal with that, man. I know people that like, man, like that ain't even out of the norm. That's just a way of life for them. And I ain't even talking about the little ones. I'm talking about the big ones. I'm like, man, ain't no way.
Forget that. I don't want nothing coming in my house.
I would be
Now
outside the house
I
in a
like
damn
the
tent.
law.
Yeah, ain't no way. But shoot, man, I'm gonna hop on off here, man. I just want to chop it up with you a minute before you close out. Like I said, I told you I was gonna hop back on. I'm trying to do a better job of doing what I tell people I'm gonna do.
I surely appreciate that. You kept your word, and the world knows it. Right here on Musically Zone Talks Boxing.
I'll holler at you, man. Peace.
All right, peace to my brother D-Lo 404 Boxing. Y'all know what it is, the voice of reason. Came back one more again, just to make sure everything was all right. We was doing real well. I enjoyed the conversation that we had tonight. I am disappointed in Keyshawn Davis. Bro, you don't have to listen to me, but listen to somebody. Get it together. You asked for a spot. You got a chance to get that spot presented right in front of you, and you squandered it away. At least it looks like that right now. Who knows? You might get another chance, but how will you handle it? You missed an opportunity, a big opportunity to go in the ring and handle it. You made it worse and compounded the problem of your brother taking the loss and went into the other opponent's dressing room and opened up a door for so many other problems to come through. But hopefully you get through them. You take boxing a lot more serious and the way you handle yourself a lot more business-like. And with that, yeah, he has the right to ship ASAP. What was I about to say? I just hope you get it together, man. And with that, I appreciate everybody for coming through and kicking it with me, hanging out and keeping us going. Till next time. We out.